We just became live.
Okay, 1 second. What's the name of the guinea pig from Bedtime Stories?
I
That's
don't
what she
know.
named it.
What?
Bugsy! His name is Bugsy.
Bugsy. That's
Context,
also the
she
name.
She
Go ahead.
named him after the guinea pig with the giant fucking eyes from the Bedtime Stories movie with Adam Sandler.
I have no idea what these words mean.
Google Bedtime Stories, Bedtime Stories guinea pig, and you'll see what I fucking mean.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. All right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Bugsy.
Yeah, his name
That's
is
also
Bugsy.
That's also the name of a mob boss.
How old is your
Bugs.
stepsister?
Like, I think she's. Yeah, and I forgot to mute the stream. I think she's 14. I
Okay.
think she's turning 15 this. I don't know.
Wait, and she has a job?
Hang on, I'm stupid for context.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
Yeah, you can get a worker's permit at 14. Pretty sure.
No, I think 15. I mean, maybe different.
Yeah, you can get a worker's permit between 14. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That seems really young.
Very.
14-year-olds should not be working. But you had to wait until you were 16.
I didn't have to wait. I just took my. No, I didn't have to wait. I could have gotten it before. I just didn't have the need for a job before.
What the fuck? Okay, no.
It
Hold
also
on.
took a bit.
Boys.
Yeah, it depends if you can work at 14, according to the Pennsylvania laws.
What the fuck, Pennsylvania? That's too young.
The same state. Pennsylvania's the same state that allows child neglect. Why are you surprised?
What the fuck, Pennsylvania?
She
I
works
need
at an
to just buy
amusement park.
Pennsylvania at once.
You really be surprised? You know the law, dear. Well, I mean, you don't, but now you're going to find out how fucked this
I'm
state is.
slowly learning the laws, thanks to you.
I'm the only reason you would care, I think.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Anyway, because I got distracted helping her, I ended up almost forgetting to eat, which it didn't happen, thankfully, because my mother bought cereal. So I had something to eat in time, but I also brought a bunch of snacks up here. What I'm saying is that I am holding a bunch of grapes in my hand.
It's great time.
It's great.
Grape time.
Great time, great time.
Great. Great.
Grape.
I didn't know how I was
But
going to transfer them
you're
up
having
here.
a great time.
Well, I didn't know I was going to transfer them up here at first, because I thought of, until I just, wrap two paper towels around them. I was about to, put them in my water bottle, even though it was full of water, and drink it like a boba tea from hell.
It's just water and grape.
No, that's how you choke on grapes.
It's probably fine.
Probably.
No.
Me dying on live stream? That's just content, baby.
That's just content.
No.
I would milk it
mean,
for
yeah.
content.
Okay.
Dang, it's really sad that Soul died. Anyway, 1 like equals 1 prayer, and also $1 for my bank account. Let's go, gamers!
Why don't you donate to the I'm sad that Soul is dead fund? It won't go to a funeral or anything, but it will cure my sadness.
But it will cure my sadness.
You wanna support Soul even though they're dead? Have some dead soul. I make jokes, but someone has actually done this.
Wait, what?
Of course.
Of
course they have.
Well, it was Jason in the station, of course. I have to say like a funny version of his name.
Jason at the station.
I have no idea who that is. I
Robin
don't
made
care.
Oh.
an overlay for
Mhm,
his
yeah.
streams.
It's wonderful.
It's extremely decorike.
It's so cute. I love it.
Why is my brain broken right now? Okay.
Me going to
for
my
context-
therapist.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Camille said, "Why is my brain broken?"
Was my brain broke?
Yeah.
For context, Emil, Jason in the
Mhm.
station, which is a fake name I gave him because I don't want him anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He faked his girlfriend's death for clout,
Whoa,
Yeah.
and it's
He
like
did that.
Like he
He
was
was
already
like,
a
bruh,
scumbag.
I'm alive.
bruh.
Who?
Like he was already a scumbag
Uh,
beforehand. Because he would
yeah,
do like those, like
Jason.
an artist or a celebrity would like die, and he'd be like Ouija board challenge, and which is already fucking bad.
Oh my god, don't do that.
Don't fucking do that. But also, like, his plan was like, it's a really funny plan. Hindsight. His plan was to like fake her death. Is it like the place where she like quote unquote crashed on the highway because he said it was a highway death? And then the third video, and I'm being 100% legit, he was going to resurrect her
What?
on YouTube.
What?
Well, I'm just gonna put down my homework because that quite literally broke everything I had in my brain.
What in the goddamn?
Oh,
Hello?
Like obviously,
hello.
the main reason that it failed was because like her family saw the video about her being dead and were like, "Hey, Jason in the station, what the actual shit?"
Yeah, she said to herself, she's like, dude, what the fuck? It's
Like he tried to
Carol's
say that
like,
she was,
I'm alive.
he tried to say that she was in on it, but it was very clear that she just wasn't for it.
Yeah, she's like, no, I wasn't.
Like hindsight, of course, it's fucked up that you would have to fake your own significant other's death for money on YouTube, obviously.
Yeah.
But also, it's fucking hilarious that his plan was to just resurrect her.
Like, how do I fake
Parody at that point.
how do I fake my own significant other's death but do it in such a way that she won't find out about it? And also, I can excuse her being in later videos. I know.
Resurrection.
I'll just claim to know necromancy.
Motherfucker learning the secrets of D&D IRL. The funniest thing to me is that
Resurrection.
when his first video about her death came out, a lot of people treated it seriously because like even if he is a scumbag, that's a hard thing to go through. However, there's a channel online. His name is One and Only Gamers, I think. He was like, he has gone through something similar to losing a loved one in a car crash.
Yeah.
So obviously he just like, because Jason in the station is a scumbag, he wanted to make sure that what he was saying was the truth. It's like, yeah, it's a bit scummy to like think that someone is faking a death, but considering who this man is, it was a fair assessment. So my man Google's fucking car crashes on the road in Toronto because he said it was a pretty a pretty important road in Toronto, and then he calls the fucking Toronto Police Department, and they're like, "Nah, chief, we ain't got."
Yeah,
nothing."
like you think people aren't just gonna like fact check that shit?
He was like, if she turns out to actually be dead, I will delete this. And then guess what?
And then guess what, everybody?
It was like obviously at the time it was a really fucked situation. And you should like I don't even think I need to say that you should never fake someone's death. I feel like that should just be common sense.
Yeah.
But like hindsight, it's really fucking funny.
It's really fucking funny. It's like, I am going to pretend to be a necromancer.
Quick, Logan, fake your death so we can get 1 million
Like-
followers on YouTube.
Like, that, at that point, you're just being a self-parody.
You are a parody of yourself.
Oh,
Jason
hi,
Station.
Moss.
Hi, Moss.
I'm on.
Hey, Moss.
Oh wait,
Okay, so-
it'll.
Moss, you should eat. Moss, do you want me to explain? Because like it's a really funny thing to me.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna like explain it in a very short way, so we don't have to go through all of it. There was a prank YouTuber on YouTube for a little bit. I'm pretty sure his first account after his big old scandal got deleted, and he moved to a different account, which isn't the first time he's done that, by the way. He and his girlfriend had a shared YouTube channel for a little bit, and it wasn't gaining as much traction as he wanted, which, by the way, that's the reason he did all this, to get more traction on his second account with her. And, he faked his girlfriend's death, like, made a video about how she died via a drunk driving incident.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people were like, "Oh man, we're so sorry for you," because you know, even if he's a scumbag, you can't like, you can't, you know, that's a shitty thing to go through.
Yeah.
But like, another YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure his name is. It's Some Ordinary Gamers. My mistake. Some Ordinary Gamers was like, "I've been through something similar like that." I've been through something similar like that. So I'm gonna fact check this to make sure that he's not lying, because he has a tendency to do that. So he fact checks this. Checks like for incidents on the road in Toronto, which she supposedly died at. Nothing. Calls up the Toronto Police Department. They say they've gotten one car accident on the road, but it's not her. Everything starts pointing to the fact.
This was J Station, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it really doesn't fucking matter if I say his name. He's not gonna fucking sue us, I think. He doesn't have the fucking power, I think.
Well, I mean, he does. It's just that we don't have the reach.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, like, I'm not, like, slandering him or anything. This is just, like, the truth that's out there. He can't sue us for slander.
The truth come out.
Yeah. Thank you, Moss. So everything starts pointing to the fact that his girlfriend is, you know, probably living. She's probably good, alive. So people call him out for it. So after a while, his girlfriend makes a few videos about him. There's like that. He makes a video explaining the whole situation. And his plan was to fake her death, visit the memorial site in which she quote-unquote died, and then resurrect her with necromancy in a video.
That's so fucking funny.
It's just
Like, it's ridiculous and really, really dumb, but also in hindsight, really fucking funny. That was his end game goal.
I'm just
That
like
was his end game goal.
I'm just like imagining like the videos that he probably put out, because I don't know this. I've seen this guy in drama videos before, but I don't know him. And I'm like just like imagining like the fucking my girlfriend broke up with me like sad thumbnail with him crying, and then it's like, you mean the girlfriend that died?
It's such a mess. It's such a mess. Like, you're also not wrong, because he had videos that were titled like, "Do not go to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place at 3 a.m. challenge. Goat and Freddy chased us one."
Well, yeah, because like, so like he claims that his channel is supposed to be like a fun for kids channel, but like it's also like weirdly like sexual, if I remember right.
Yeah, you're right, because channels like this often are.
Yeah, but like he's like, clearly these videos are supposed to be like, oh, this is fake, but like it's for kids that aren't gonna know any better.
Right.
Like the one that's like,
Yeah.
don't call Disney at 3 a.m. with a fucking Mickey Mouse.
It's like his channel was it was he made content, definitely content that was on the platform of YouTube. Definitely.
One of the most channels ever, I would say.
One of
One
the
of the
most,
most
one of
channels.
the most channels I'd ever say, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the story of Jason the Station and how he planned to gain necromancy. Which, again, my god.
My god.
So
So
I want to see you segue into the next topic you want to
So
talk about,
aliens are
motherfucker.
real.
So
Right?
you know how the
Yes.
Beatles aren't?
So aliens are real. Aliens have been on Earth for a
Mhm.
very long time.
Mhm.
They're also
You're the
racist.
You are one.
And they like baseball.
and they really like baseball.
Yeah.
So,
And they
important
make
question.
things harder for themselves by colonizing a planet that's already inhabited instead of going.
No,
to
you shut the
other
fuck
planets.
up. You shut the fuck
I
up.
will
Shut up.
not.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I can't tell if aliens is like a code word for colonizing white people or not, or if we're
No,
actually
this is
talking
about
about
the
something
No,
else.
no.
This is about the X-Files.
Oh,
It's about the X-Files.
This-
my mistake. I'll keep
Because
my mouth shut.
I picked the single most fucking greatest episode on pure accident.
So we were like, I was like, I want to watch the X-Files, and everybody was like, understandable, and I was like, does anybody want to watch the X-Files with me? And Emil immediately said, yes, absolutely, I will watch the X-Files with you, and I was like, fantastic. So we went and we watched, I had him, I was like, okay, pick a number between like 1 and 11, and then pick a number between like 1 and 23, because it was like the season number and then the episode number, because the X-Files is pretty serialized. You can watch most episodes whenever.
Mhm.
And so the first episode we watched, which I think Robin joined us for, was like this guy, and it was from his point of view. So it was from the Monster of the Week's point of view, which I found very interesting. He was like some kind of brain-sucking vampire. Like he was like a vampire or cannibalish monster that literally had to subsist off of human brains. But he didn't want to. He made it very clear that he didn't want to have to eat people. Like he was trying to like eat just like ground beef. He was trying to eat like other sorts of meats. And then he was trying to suppress his appetite through like diet pills and stuff. Hi, Missile. I'm doing good. I've taken my meds, or I'm taking them right now. But yeah, he was like doing all this stuff to try and suppress his appetite because he didn't want to eat people. And he keeps saying, I want to be a good person. Like, I really want to be a good person. So it's like got that kind of like emotional hit to it, but he can't stop himself. So it's like from his point of view as like Scully and Mulder are like trying to track him down, but we never get to see their point of view throughout the whole episode. And that's the first episode we watched. The second
very
episode we
heavy.
watched was one that Robin picked out. And the one that it picked out through random numbers was episode 13 of season 4. And that episode was like a Scully point of view episode where she was like, man, I just really want to, start dating again and like have a life outside of like this. So she goes to Philadelphia to do this thing that Mulder wanted her to do, like while he was on like a forced vacation. And while she's there, she meets this guy, and this guy has like a tattoo, and like it's partially implied to be haunted, but it's also kind of implied to be like a hallucination, so you're not sure which. Like, it's kind of left up to the viewer whether or not this tattoo is possessing him and forcing him to do these things, or if it's just him.
Let's give some backstory on this guy. When we first see him in the episode, he's going through a divorce trial and his dissolution of his marriage. So he's already going through some stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets this weird tattoo.
Yeah. So like it's really hard to tell whether or not this is like him or the tattoo. And then the third episode we watched.
Wait. I want to stay on the second episode real fast. It was very interesting because like he was hallucinating and he, you know, accidentally did a murder.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting because it was, like Logan said, it was very ambiguous at the end because you're not sure if it was the effect of the tattoo that was put on him or if it was a manifestation of all his stressors because of his marriage problems and stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe a combination of both.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. However,
very good episode.
Ron had to leave and then D came along.
And D came in.
D picked an episode.
D picked
It was season 6, episode 19.
Yeah, and it was so yes, it is absolutely okay to ask art and commission. Sorry, it is absolutely okay to ask art and commission questions. 100%. So let me get the synopsis. For episode 19, season 6 of the X-Files.
It was
Like, we read the synopsis, we're like, okay, this could go many ways, many directions. Some of which are not good, but we'll give it a chance.
Yeah, okay, so it was called The Unnatural. The plot synopsis is Arthur Dale's brother recounts a tale about a talented alien baseball player who hid amongst an all-African American team in Roswell, New Mexico during the 1940s.
Stop.
And
This is not going in a good
let it be
direction.
known. We had no idea where this was going. I thought it was going to be neat of being like they knew this
like
player was an alien and they were just going to be like, solidarity, you're one of us. We're going to hide you.
Not the case.
No!
No,
it was not. I wish it was, but it's not.
So this episode starts out very strong right out of the gate. So they're playing baseball.
Yeah.
out in the desert because it's Roswell.
Yeah, they're playing baseball out in the desert. And they're having fun. It's like one team that's like all white guys, and then the other team is all black guys, but they're like cool about it, like they're chill.
Yeah, they're just having fun.
They're just having fun.
Yeah.
And then and then and then the KKK shows up
from the desert.
Right.
from the desert.
In Roswell, New Mexico. Not the horses.
And one of them says the N-word 3 times, hard R. It's like, whoa, what the fuck do you pick
like
this
in
episode
Succession?
out?
Like fucking Bloody Mary or something?
No, like it was part of a sentence.
Oh,
It was
no.
part of a sentence, but it was in that sentence 3 times.
I thought you
like,
you
what
phrased
the
it like
fuck?
And then
involving
one of
something.
the white baseball players throws a baseball at this dude's head and he falls off his horse. And yes, they were on horses. And
Because
then
subtlety.
yes.
What the fuck?
Yes, okay, so
Get going. This was
So-
an actual
I was-
episode.
this is the actual episode of the X-Files. So they like fight off the KKK. I cannot stress to you enough how much this is the KKK. They fight off the KKK, and then one of them is like, "You're a fucking coward hiding behind your mom's bed sheets. Let's see who you really are." And he pulls off the hood. And there's an alien underneath it.
Yeah, it was sort of a mise en place start. Yeah, it was a mise en place sort of a start of an episode.
I think.
Oh my god.
I think I'm going to disassociate so hard that I end up on the planet Mars.
The aliens
but-
are real and they're racist.
Racist, and they really like
anti-Semitic.
baseball.
I'm going.
So this episode goes on, right? Like this episode goes on, and you know it goes to the actual plot premise, which is like Mulder goes to get his contact to talk to him about something he found, where he's like, I think this guy might have been like an alien, like this alien bounty hunter guy, by the way. You didn't have the context of it, but he's in other episodes of the show, so he's like an established character. So he's like, I saw this guy in this photo, and he's like an alien bounty hunter that I know of, and I want to talk about him. And the dude's like, let me tell you a story about a black baseball player in the 1940s. And like,
Terrible start.
and like it goes through the story of this guy who turns out to be like a secret alien, and there's literally like a point where he's like all the talented baseball players are aliens. Babe Ruth was an alien. These guys whose names I don't remember, they're aliens too. And he says that shit, and he's like, this guy was literally the most talented baseball player I knew. And hi, D-Spell. So he's like, all of these talented baseball players are alien, including this dude who was a black baseball player in an all-black baseball team in Roswell, New Mexico in the 1940s. He was an alien too.
You have nothing in Roswell.
And this police officer, he was like a police officer, and he was assigned to protect this guy from the Klan. And then he slowly like bonds with him, and then he finds out he's a fucking alien. And I'm taking a drink, sorry. And then like the guy's like, he's like talking about some shit like, you know, if you believe in something hard enough, it becomes the truth. Which like I thought was implying that the story he was telling was bullshit, but if Mulder wants to believe it, he can. But like at the end of it, it turns out the opening scene was actually the end of the story, and the alien that was in the Klan was the bounty hunter that was sent to kill the alien baseball player, and he fucking stabs him, and like the alien blood is supposed to be acidic, so this guy is like holding him to his chest, and he's like, no, you can't touch my blood, it'll really hurt you. And he's like, no, look, it's just blood. So I guess he became a human at some point.
Believed hard because he believed hard enough that he wanted to be human.
Missile, if you think this is confusing and hard for you to keep up with, just imagine being us watching
this
it.
episode.
Like,
Unabridged.
And then I
Also,
came in
D-Spell,
after
I
you guys
made
were
that
watching
fucking joke.
and had to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So what the fuck
That's the X-Files.
It
Us
was
the entire time we're just like,
Okay.
fucking.
no, it was
X-Files
weird
is
because
dead.
because the guy he was because
You know, there
the
comes
alien
a
guy
time
he was
in every man's life when he
Yeah.
has to say,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And
yeah like he
I've
was
reached that
talking
so
about
many
his
times
race
in my
too.
life. But I think I've reached it again today,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I have to know, and
Yeah.
I'm sure the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Was the writer for this episode
Yes.
a white man?
You know what?
Yeah.
Let's actually look it up. Let's find out. Okay.
Was he a white
Look
man?
this
The
up.
director was
Live
David
on
Duchovny.
stream.
Oh
The
no!
director was David
Oh.
fucking Duchovny. Written by David Duchovny. Oh my god, David Duchovny written this episode!
Oh.
Please don't
I have
anyone
no
go after
idea
this
who
guy,
this
by the
is.
way. This was a very
If
long
you
time
believe
ago.
hard enough,
No,
So-
go after David Duchovny. It kind of sucks.
he does suck. He sucks a lot.
I don't know who this is.
What I've
So
What
what
I've
you're
learned
telling me
today
is
is
if I
that-
believe hard enough.
Soul strapped to talk. Sorry,
what
go
I've
ahead.
learned today is that none of you are allowed to complain when I go into rambles about Ever After High ever. I've decided. Because what the fuck?
So what have you learned today, Moss?
Nothing. Please? I literally have not learned anything today.
Anyways, I want to make an X-Files rewatch podcast now.
Yeah.
If you like this content, follow our podcast. The link will be down below. If you
No, I
want to
left
lose
it
your
too.
fucking mind.
Could you fucking imagine us doing a podcast or watching the X-Files live, and then we get to this episode after probably forgetting it existed, and then being just slapped in the face by the memory of it, and be going, "Oh God, no!"
Oh god, no.
You know what? I'd love to do a podcast with you people. Just to be unhinged for like 3 hours.
Fucking X-Files podcast.
For
X-Files
context.
What would we call
Right.
it?
David Coffin. Mulder.
Yeah. Yeah, his Mulder's actor wrote it.
Thank you. This is a wonderful first impression.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you,
Oh
Dees.
my god.
What would we name our podcast if we ever?
What would we name our X-Files rewatch podcast? I'm thinking like I don't know actually.
Going maybe like go
Has to
maybe we
be
could
a-
call it go
It
we could
has to be an alien pun. Something.
It's gotta be
Oh
an
no, I was
alien.
gonna say like going through the files.
Going through the
Oh.
files. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. No.
One rewatch, one new watch. Well, I guess the rewatch would be Logan because he's seen the X Files before.
Yeah. I mean, I've also seen it before, but it's been like since I was a child.
It could be like a whole thing of like me taking you guys through the X-Files.
Yeah,
Cause I think that sounds fun.
that does sound fun.
Honestly,
Yeah.
a podcast where we like a podcast where we just like watch shit together and try to explain weird episodes from it afterwards is just a very fun time, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moss has never seen it either, and this was probably their first impression of it.
You know what? I will say,
Same as mine.
I will say, the X-Files wildly fluctuates between being like very serious and very emotional and this. And you never ever know which it's gonna be.
Yeah, one episode you could be watching is like very tense and like a very tense mystery, and that's like super thrilling.
And then
the next
it's
episode
and then it's
is,
like
female Bigfoot.
yeah, the next
Bigfoot
episode
is-
is like, what if it's not a beast man we're looking for? And then it cuts to like a drawing of Bigfoot that Mulder drew that has boobs.
Red eyes.
Oh, so do the female Sasquatch have titties?
Yes.
Apparently they do.
Oh, cool.
Oh my
They're
god.
Mammals, so
See, that the one problem with that, Despel, is that I do not get drunk. I will drink. I will drink and I'll get tipsy, but I don't like to get drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm underage.
Yeah.
Also, Soul
Soul
can't.
is underage, so they can't drink at all.
I have not.
I
No.
get
drunk
yes,
before.
I get very drunk very easily, but I don't like getting like drunk. So
That fucking. No, Penumbra should have more ear than this. I control the amount of ear Penumbra has.
Chattery.
Ooh,
That's a really funny
yes.
statement.
I
Ooh,
like that
there's a
one,
pin.
Moss Alien Exploration.
I do like
Ooh,
alien exploration.
alien
That's a good one,
exploration's
yeah.
so good.
That's
Actually.
really good. Okay, who would be on board for the podcast?
Sure, why
Absolutely.
not?
Fuck yeah.
You do. You really do, Moss.
Ooh, wait, what if we do what if the entire podcast isn't just like, you know how Mabim has like little
Mabim Bim.
sections in the Mabim Bim, yes, the amazing podcast by the Macro Brothers, Mabim Bim. You guys know how Mabim
Yeah.
You guys know how my brother and me has like little
Yes.
sections that they do in the podcast, like a haunted doll watch and shit.
Yeah.
What if we do
Mhm.
that? Like a section of it could be like Logan trying to describing like a plot of an episode, and we have to guess if it's like a real thing or something.
Oh, yeah,
he just
like-
made up.
Two truths and a lie, but it's like
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
X-Files episodes.
You like
One
you
made
read
up
off
a
like a
plot.
You read off like a synopsis, and we have to guess if it's like either A, an actual episode that exists, or B, some shit that you just wrote 5 minutes before we started.
That would be a fun little game, actually.
It would be. Because the
Conspira-
nature
we
of
could
the
call it
X Files,
conspiracy or
it
truth.
could go either way.
Yeah, we could call it. Yeah, because like it could. It'd just be funny.
It'd be really fucking funny. I love that.
It would be so
I
fucking
don't-
hilarious.
I don't know what we'd call it. Like my brain is saying like conspiracy and truths, but also
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not that's not bad. We can workshop it. I think it would take us like at least like a month or two to get like an actual podcast off the grounds anyway. But
Yeah.
it's definitely something I'm like rotating in my head now. Like I really do want to do that. I think it would be so
You're
fucking
rotating
fun.
rotating it like a 3D cow.
Yeah. Dude, I was googling guinea pigs because of your sister today.
Oh,
And the fucking Google was like, would you like to see a life-size guinea pig as a 3D model? And I was like, huh? And I clicked it, and apparently Google has like a suite of like AVR of like animals that you can just view now.
Ooh,
Wait,
never-
hang on. I gotta go look at something just like real quick.
Totally unrelated.
Totally unrelated. Hey, Logan, we'll drop the website link. Absolutely.
No,
unrelated to
just
anything
Google
else.
guinea pig. just straight up, just Google guinea pig. It'll pop up at the top.
It's not
Actually,
funny.
types in Google guinea pig.
Try it on your
Shut
phone.
up.
Try it on your phone. Because it might be
Oh,
just the
sorry.
mobile website.
Well, while googling guinea pigs, it offered me a little guinea pig hidey hole that looks like a mushroom.
That's very cute.
It's very cute.
Yeah, we need to have so we need to have at least 10 episodes ready to upload before we upload any. I think some of those are so you can drop like 5 and then the others are just like a buffer, right?
Mm.
Welcome back to my friend, and me.
What?
The totally original podcast name.
Fucking I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while, honestly, but then I could never come up with what I want to make a podcast about or people to do it with. Rip. Yeah, that's like the unfortunate thing. Like I've been floating the idea around about like maybe doing a D&D podcast, and then I've been floating around the idea of like maybe doing like a book review podcast or something. Fam. But like we were watching the fucking X-Files and we were kind of like riffing off this episode and I was like, damn, this would actually make a really good podcast, I think.
Oh my
fact that you
god,
had
there's a
to
little.
pause in the middle of it just to talk about the absurdity of it.
Emil.
What did Emil say?
What did
I
you
ain't
say?
femme.
Emil said, "Fuck you, I ain't femme," in reply to fem. I've always wanted to make a podcast where me and a few other friends just talk about different like things from different series and reviews and stuff. Because I just think it'd be fun.
Also,
Honestly-
do you spell that's not a bad idea? Doing the recording part of a podcast as a Twitch stream and then using the VODs and some editing to upload as actual episodes is not a bad idea.
Oh, that is not a bad idea one bit.
Oh, thank you.
It's not a bad idea at all.
I mean, Logan, you have a patron, right?
I got a Patreon. It's sitting around.
I was going to suggest that. Oh, baby!
Read?
Sorry,
Why are we
I-
reading?
sorry, it's not letting me see the 3D model. Let me see the guinea pig!
Go downstairs.
He's not showing
Please,
up! His model
please,
isn't
Clip,
showing
let me
up.
see the guinea pig!
I'm so
Oh
upset.
my
I can
God.
hear him, but where is he?
There's an actual guinea pig in your house.
Are you
What
tweeting at
talking
the
about?
guinea pig? Are you
Oh my
tweeting
God.
at him?
Oh,
Hey,
thank
hang
God!
on. Oh my god!
Oh my God!
This is
Oh my God, that's so cute.
I gotta turn him off. Okay. So, alright.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about the topic that I was trying to talk about.
Podcast
Thank you for
about
The podcast.
derail.
Right,
talking
okay.
about
I was
Patreon.
gonna suggest that like when you eventually when you get more following and your Patreon isn't just sitting around, because I don't know if you're doing stuff with it right now, you can like put being a part of like podcast streams as a Patreon tier.
Oh, that's true. Like being
we
able
could
to
just start-
like doing the streams
Yeah.
as like Patreons only.
Yeah.
That's not a
I
bad
have no
idea.
idea how you would set that up, but trust me.
I know how to set that up.
An early access thing.
Listen, listen. When you hear the weets of a guinea pig, but you don't see the actual guinea pig, you get upset. I could hear him, but they weren't showing me his 3D model.
Okay, so this is Penumbra's hair as it is now.
Yeah.
And if you look at like their actual, that's my YouTube graphics folder. That's my, you know?
Logan, you know I love you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You better.
Why?
I just thought it was important that you knew.
Okay.
I didn't mean to do that.
Sweet.
So if you look at Penumbra's like actual riff,
Maybe you don't sort by file type.
I sort by name because it's easier to find.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you look at Penumbra's actual riff, their ponytail, which is in a very high ponytail, I feel like I should make that abundantly clear. It reaches all the way down to their knee.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's their hair as it is now. It's undercut with a very like long ponytail and like it's very very thick hair as well. I really like it. I love it. In fact, like I'm very very attached to it. I've been thinking of possibly, since they've gone through a lot in the last little bit, of changing the hairstyle they have. And I'm thinking like still keeping it an undercut, but just being like long and loose and maybe just down to like their shoulder or maybe to their chest. But I don't know.
The
That
trauma haircut.
The trauma haircut.
a neat little idea to do that. I also still find it really funny that the same exact episode that you got a new mask, which usually signifies a change in the character just by happenstance.
Yeah.
You got a divine intervention off.
Divine intervention. Mom still loves me.
Mom still loves me. Fucking
Actual quote he said during the session.
yeah. Also, D-Spill said, yeah, my problem with the ability to make a podcast is I'm not familiar with or knowledgeable enough to do podcasts on any subjects. I'm forever stuck in the no more than the average person, but less than an expert range on most things I'm passionate about. I'm kind of the same way. I'm kind of the same way about most things, but like when it comes to stuff like the X-Files, I feel like I feel like I'm passionate enough to put in the effort to learn more. Missile says, my commission question, by the way, could someone commission you for a custom of sorts, like an AU version of a canon character? That would be a design commission. It is not on my pricing list, but I would definitely be willing to talk out something like that with somebody. I think I would probably charge the same amount that I would charge for depending on what shading you wanted. If it's a design, you'd probably gonna want it flat shaded. So I'd probably charge the same amount for a flat colored lined full body. But I would add on maybe I would say 25% for designing. Whoops.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Whoops. What'd you do?
Very sorry, D-Spill.
Oh, D-Spill got fucking censored.
You got censored. Mods, how do I undo that? It's okay.
Spilled my juice. Mods, help.
Wants to steal my juice. Hip, 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 hip.
Hold on. Where? Oh, it went away.
Wow, puppy.
Whoa.
Puppy.
Not a dog. That was not a dog. That was me screaming.
Why?
Because I was gonna fall over.
Oh!
You guys, I think I should be more concerned that you thought I was a dog.
Yeah, that's right. The dogs in their house don't sound like that, right?
Yeah, no, they sound like If my dog sounded like I did when I screamed, then they'd actually be normal fucking dogs.
Yeah, about $65 sounds like it would be reasonable for a design commission.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's based off of a canon character, that means I already have canon material to pull off of.
Who's adding me? Oh.
References on references on references.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, waka waka waka.
Google, I need you to add the 3D models you have of the guinea pigs to your desktop site, please.
He's...
Ask for so little. I just want to hear him weed and also see him walk around. Because it wasn't loading him on my phone.
Oh my god.
I could only hear him, and then Mango started chirping to him as if they were having a normal conversation.
Mango was like a bird?
That's not a bird, King.
A bird?
Sweet boy.
Another bird?
There's no...
What kind of fancy bird did that?
Yeah, he was like, what kind of bird is that? And why they sound like that?
Why does it sound like
Why
that?
does it sound like that? What the dog doing though?
So he's oppressing the working class.
Why are we talking about Paw Patrol?
D-Spill says the main point of the message is that the only thing I could maybe do one on is emo music, but I don't know anything about music itself or music theory or creation. I just really like it. You could go into like lyric analysis maybe, or like, you know, stuff with the actual band members and like band history and stuff like that. You don't have to know about like music to talk about songs and bands, if that makes sense. Music history is different from music theory.
is basically
Yeah.
what I'm getting at.
Music theory is something fucking else.
I don't know what I want to do. Would it be too much of a
Okay.
difference if I changed their hair?
No,
No.
I mean,
I don't think so,
your
'cause they
character,
still
no?
have, yeah, it's your character, and also they still have other features about them that are still
Yeah,
very
like,
Penumbra.
yeah, like their hair is a big part of them, but like I'm not. If Penumbra changed their hair, I wouldn't get mad about it because like the main thing that I think of when I think of Penumbra is their mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, their mask and also their ears.
Yeah, and their ears.
Ear.
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 Yeah,
Ear and lack of
I
ear.
would say maybe
Correct me.
that sort of hairstyle that goes over the torn ear.
I didn't.
Oh.
I did it wrong.
Yeah,
Thinking
I was about to
about
say,
it.
I
what if
actually,
you give it,
that
like,
last
a
picture-
Sombra?
The last IRL picture that you have there, the one with the short curly
Mhm.
undercut, that's actually what I based one of my haircuts on.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
I want to get
Also-
my haircut again.
So D-Spell Penumbra is Logan's D&D character.
Yeah. Penumbra
Fucking
is
amazing.
here's their old ref. This is so fucking old, by the way. This is like a couple years old at least. This is what they look like. They're a cleric of the goddess Lyra, who is the goddess of deception. Her whole thing is like her clerics and the people that follow her are supposed to wear these masks to kind of disguise themselves, like, 'cause it's like hiding truth about themselves, more or less. I have better art of them too. Like, this is their second mask design. The ref sheet had their first mask design on it. This one is the second one. The one I'm working on now is the new one, so the third. And then I have this. This was a redraw of a classical painting called The Angel of Death. So it's them standing over who they were before they became a cleric. Kind of signifying that the clerical stuff was
Oh wait.
kind of the clerical stuff basically killed who they used to be. And then I also have they were a ballerina like way before, because they're like 100-something years old. So I got that one.
old,
Painting is still
old
really
elf.
fucking good. By
I
the
have
way.
this one.
Old
This
Azamar.
this was the first drawing I ever did in CSP. And then
Look at that improvement.
yeah, and then I did this of them as a ballerina. And then this one as well. This one was just a sketch. This is them without their prosthetic arm. Yeah, they're young. They're technically young for an elf, yeah, but like, I don't know, they feel old. Like, they just vibe like an old person.
Old soul.
They've been through so much shit. Can you
Excuse
blame
me?
They've been through so much.
Old
What? Old soul.
Old soul.
Oh, how I could have gone, huh? In reply to that.
soul.
Aw.
Huh.
I just heard soul and was like, huh?
Huh.
Aw.
Huh.
Oh.
Why are we
Oh,
Minecraft villagers?
Because there's like a
So there are
5 by
those
5 by
these
5
20
square block
somethings
in
that
front
say,
of my front
man, I was
doors.
born in the wrong decade.
Yeah. So something I built into them. So they are so Azamar is their base race, and then what an Azamar is it's basically like a celestial touch being. Like, the best way I can describe it is kind of half angel, except it wasn't that like one of their parents got with an angel. It's that a celestial being decided to bless them while they were like in the womb, and then they came out as an Azamar rather than like the race that their parents were. So it's seen as like a big blessing to a family. But Penumbra's actual Azamar heritage did not show up until like very much later on in their life. Like, it was like, I think they were about 50 or 60 before their Azamar heritage even like started like coming out. Yeah, no, ASMR, I used to jokingly call them ASMR. But Penumbra is specifically a subrace of Azamar called the Scourge Azamar. There's Scourge, Protector, and Fallen Azamar. And Protector Azamar are basically what you think of when you think of angels, like just off the top of your head. They're the ones that are meant to bring peace and love and joy. Whereas like Scourge Azamar are like avenging angels. Like their whole purpose is usually to wreak vengeance upon something. So Penumbra is a Scourge Azamar. And one of the Scourge Azamar's things is it's called Radiant Consumption, and it's their racial feat. And Radiant Consumption, it deals damage to foes that are within a certain radius of the person using it, but it also deals damage to that person. So I kind of flavored it as they had used it so much in their like youth when they were like first like getting a hold of their powers that it had slowly destroyed their throat. So when Penumbra talked, they talked like this. They had this rasp to them, and it was very hard for them to talk at a higher volume, and it was also just painful for them to speak in the first place. So they spoke like a chain smoker. Also, yeah, I'm very excited for Monday too. So yeah, I built that into Penumbra like as a character. And yeah, so when I made Penumbra, my basis on their visual design was I didn't want to make an Azamar that was just a pretty person, because so many Azamar, when you go and like look up Azamar in like D&D like groups and like areas, people that play Azamar tend to just play very pretty humanoids, and like there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like creatively that's a little limited. So I was like, I want to make an Azamar that is just like very unsettling to look at. Like you look at them and you're like, oh god. So my original design for them, I called them, before they even had a name, I called them the Porcelain Faced Azamar, because I was building them strictly around this idea. Our party's terrified so many poor villagers. That
one guard.
That one guard. I built them around this idea that no matter what, they were going to have this porcelain prosthetic face. Like, it's not technically a mask, it is their face. Like, it's fused to their face. And so I called them the Porcelain Faced Azamar for a very long time, until I finally came up with a name for them. And they have the porcelain prosthetic face. They have pearlescent hair and fingers, or fingernails, sorry. Pearlescent hair and fingernails. Their mouth and eyes both glow, so whenever they open their mouth, there's like a subtle glow coming out of it. And that's like their radiant light, like spilling forth. They had the wrath. They've just gotten rid of that through story reasons. But now their voice sounds like chiming bells almost. Like they're supposed to be unsettling. They're not supposed to give you like warm, cozy feelings. They're like a be not afraid motherfucker.
Be not afraid looking motherfucker.
So now in roleplay they have, so you can see on their older art, they only had the one set of wings, and now thanks to shit that happened in the campaign, now they have 3 sets of wings and a halo, so they just like look even more otherworldly.
They should.
As they
As
should.
they should.
I think it's what they deserve.
It is what they deserve.
Moss says, Penumbra, hey, that's a hole, dude.
They fucking did. That was one of the things, is that they fucking their first like few sessions, we were just clearing out this building, and there was like a goblin mercenary company that was trying to stop us, that had been hired by like this guy that we were like sent there to kill. And I flew up to one of them and I just said, "Hey." And then I cast fucking inflict wounds, which is the opposite of cure wounds, and I critted, I think, or like something happened. I got like an insane amount of damage on it, and it literally just melted the man.
He's probably fine.
He's not.
He's very dead.
He was
Probably
actually
fine.
so not fine that when we went back to the mansion, there was like a fucking hole in the floor where the goop had started to eat through the wood.
Oh my god!
He's probably, it's probably nothing. It's probably
No.
fine.
He just
Everything's
needs
great.
to
It's
sleep it
fine.
off.
He just needs to
Very
sleep
much
it off. He
dead.
just needs to sleep it off. Nah, he's
Oh
just
my
sleeping it off,
fuck,
obviously.
God.
God.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I can't believe I never told you about that one, T.
No, I've heard that one many times, but it's my favorite. Hey, melt.
Hey.
That day,
Oh,
like
shit.
one recent session, like was like
They
hey,
flew
and
down to
tried crash
Olgath to heal him
Bruce, he
and said,
cracked up.
yeah, they flew down to Olgath to heal him and said, "Hey," and then he was like, "Oh God." Oh my God. I love Penumbra. They're very, very important to me.
They're
You're
very,
very good.
character. Also, I'm loving the hair so far.
Yeah, it looks good.
I kind of like
So,
it.
shakes your hand, D-Spill, except I've never been a part of a campaign, so I don't have any funny D&D stories.
One day
day.
you will be.
A threat?
Yeah,
That's a guarantee. No
Barrel.
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 You're welcome for that, by the way.
What do you mean?
What?
I came up with the barrel joke.
You didn't.
You did
Fine.
not.
That happened like in a session, dude. Like we were playing a session and we came across like in the woods there was just like a barrel sitting there, and Penumbra, like, you know, like I said, it hurts them to speak, so they were like, okay, I gotta warn these people that there's a barrel here, but I gotta do it in a very quick way that's not going to hurt me. So they just said barrel. And then it
Oh, you
Yeah.
mentioned
exploded.
you mentioned this outside of a session, and I was just imagining. I was like, I'm imagining Penumbra in the most like monotone way, going barrel, and then not elaborating further.
That's literally what happened.
I'm gonna be silent now.
They didn't have time to elaborate on it because it fucking exploded.
Barrel. Yeah, that sure is, buddy. Boom.
That was probably fine.
It's okay. It's a barrel. It doesn't feel anything. It doesn't need to. It just
What
needs
do
to
we-
contain Objects.
What do you mean it doesn't need to?
What do you
If
think?
it wants to,
What do you think?
It doesn't need to.
looks nice.
Do you like
That's
that?
nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
it looks
fucking
good.
hair is
Oh, that's
beautiful.
so good.
Do you-
I love the little bit in the front.
Do you like that better than what they have now?
Yes.
Yes?
I mean, I'd
Yes.
say I like them both equally.
I do like them both equally. Yeah, pretty much. For like a look for their new everything. Now, this really does suit them, I think.
Okay.
Deep in thought there.
1 second.
Deep in
I'm
thought.
thinking about it.
Yeah?
Okay.
Thinking
He's
about
Switching
it.
give him a minute. He's switching to character designer mode.
Mm.
Sybil wants to
No,
brush it.
He was already there once he just got really quiet and was like, "What do you What do you
So
think about it?
So the thing about visual mediums is that oftentimes when a character cuts their hair, it signifies a shedding of something that they've been carrying with them for a long time. Like when Mulan cuts her hair in Mulan, that is signifying the shedding of her parents' expectations for her. Um it's a very common trope. So Penumbra has been dealing with a lot of religious doubt related to their god for a very long time, and this very recent divine intervention kind of helped take away the doubt that they were feeling. So I think it would be very thematically appropriate if they were to cut their hair.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the butt.
Yeah. Because when you brought up the
Where's the butt?
recreation of that
Yeah, because, like-
painting,
Mhm.
their hair was, still an undercut but swept off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes back to that.
Oh.
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 That's really
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
two
look.
things.
Kind of a
One,
reclamation of who they are.
Yeah. So not only is like them shedding their religious doubts, but they're also reclaiming who they were as a person.
Exactly.
Oh, that's spicy. I might still keep it not this long, obviously, but I might keep it just like maybe to their waist.
Yeah, because like the long hair is still very much their
still very fucking
trademark
good.
trait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, one, Eastbill, yes, you're entering a new character development arc. I'm sorry to tell you this. You're officially an anime character now.
Yeah, exactly.
Two, Missile, I see where you're coming from by saying that Zuko and Iroh cutting their hair is them letting go of, like, the expectations and such that they had beforehand. But I feel like that's more Iroh cutting his hair and, like, letting go of the past. Because Zuko, even after he was running away from, like... Even after he was, like, running away from Azula and cutting his hair, I feel like that was more... Zuko was still carrying those expectations on his back. He still expected to get the...
I'm starting that.
I would argue with you and say that, yes, while he hadn't completely let everything go at that point, I think that was the understated, like, desire to.
Yeah.
It's what kickstarted his arc symbolically.
Yeah, I think like he still needed some time to really move past things, but I think that was really the haircutting was supposed to be like, this is him starting to move forward. Like he just had to
Yeah. Because it's not an overnight process. It's a thing that he had to like go through.
Yeah, and then the growth afterwards is signified by his hair starting to grow back.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of Zuko's hair, I didn't realize it at first when I was watching it for the first time or like on my few rewatches because I'm just used to season 1 Zuko looking like that. But my man was really just bald with a single ponytail.
He really was.
I get why, but also that's the funniest thing to me.
Yeah. Like Moss said.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I have to go eat supper.
Go eat supper.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Go eat. But like, Logan, you're so good at like character design.
You really fucking are. Holy shit.
It's wonderful.
I put
One
a
of my
lot of
favorite
thought into
OCs
it.
is one you designed.
I put a lot of really like thought into it. Even with like adoptables like that, I keep like I have these like ideas for like what they could be like just based on how they look like as I'm drawing them. I find it interesting too when somebody adopts one of them and like comes up with something totally fucking different from my thoughts.
Yeah.
Question, Logan. What did you think? What kind of personality did you originally give, like, the celestial Asmar you gave me?
Okay, so Astrafel. Let me
Right.
pull up Astrafel for reference for everybody. Here's the gift.
Show them one of my favorite.
This is what I drew for Soul for their birthday.
And I love it so fucking much. It's on my computer. I'm gonna make it my fucking computer background. Hang on.
But when it came to Astrafel, when I originally drew them, I kind of pictured them as like this astronomer wizard who was like kind of sequestered, but like, you know, like detached from like the rest of like society, but was still like ultimately a very good person. You like did not at all give him that characterization.
I did not. I did not. I was like, I'm gonna make this motherfucker the most cocky bitch on the goddamn planet.
And I love it, frankly. I was like, you know what, that's better.
like that is so funny. I love characters whose personalities go completely against their character design, because looking at Astrofel's original design, he has a lot of like blues and purples, which are typically, at least to me, speak calm and good and nice. Astrofel's a bitch.
Astrofel's a bitch.
It's not, they're a bitch because they need to pretend like their self-esteem is bigger than it is.
And I frankly I love that. I really love that.
So good.
I really love like just the way that two different people can interpret a design like so differently. It's very good. D-Spill says, see, I'm personally absolutely terrible at reading underlying symbolism and such and things. I'm only able to take them at face value. It's very much a learned skill. And I only know how to do it because it's something I've specifically like put effort into studying. I'm self-taught in like literally almost everything, but like when it comes to like character design, that's something that I like actively was like, okay, I want to know how this works. I want to know what symbolizes what. So it's something that you have to sit there and like teach yourself, like if you really want to learn it. Because otherwise, you know, most people will just take things at face value. I kind of see it like in the same vein as literary analysis. Like you learn some of it in like grade school, or at least you're supposed to. Like not a lot of teachers are good at teaching it. But in order to like even know it, you have to learn it. You have to be taught it. Because otherwise you're gonna read Lord of the Flies and you're just gonna take it at face value. You're gonna read like The Great Gatsby and take all of the symbolism at very face value. You have to be taught how to find symbolism in something. And it goes the same for designs.
Yes.
Sometimes you'll be like me, and the way that you were taught those books was so bad that you never want to read them again, sadly.
Sadly.
Yeah.
You know what I want you to watch, Soul?
But
first let D finish, because it can literally wait.
Oh, okay, because like those books, I remember reading those in class too. But yeah, those books like themselves aren't bad books. It's just that you're taught really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are bad.
Some of them are bad, yeah. Some of them are bad, but some of them I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really enjoyable book. I would read this in my own time. And it's like the teacher like doing a fucking shitty job. I'm like,
it was less that my teacher was doing such a shitty job, because like she was fine. It's more like the students around me were not great people, and because of that, I didn't really like enjoy being in that class. So now my brain, whenever it sees those books, it's like I will die.
Yeah.
They will pass away.
I die.
Anyway, Emil, what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
I want you to watch the Romeo and Juliet by Baz Luhrmann or whatever.
Yes, Romeo plus Juliet.
Yes.
Because it's a very good and close interpretation of the play, and it's very fun. and I think I changed my mind. I think I want Numal to be face claimed and voiced by Mercutio's actor because I love him so much.
Oh my god. That would be fucking amazing, actually.
My recent teacher showed us a movie adaptation of Othello where they're all in high school, and the entire time she was streaming it, she wasn't even streaming it from her computer. She was using like her phone to like like two completely different devices to show the movie. So I couldn't even hear it to like kind of like process everything. But the entire time I was there, I'm like, I don't want to be in this class anymore. It wasn't the movie was probably fine. I just fucking hated being in that class.
I want to show you Romeo plus Juliet, and I also want to show you the David Tennant and Catherine Tate rendition of Much Ado About Nothing.
God, hard eyes at that fucking play.
No, considering that you guys are some of my favorite people and you guys make watching movies fun, I'll give it a
Disgusting.
shot.
Hell yeah.
I know, I hate you all.
I no longer want to watch movies.
Not too late.
So-
You suggested this. You're stuck here. I'm chaining you to your seat.
So Deesville says, whatever design stuff I come up with for my characters is purely arbitrary or pragmatic. Like when you asked me about Benlix, I was like, black and white tuxedo cats are cute, so we'll go with black and white tuxedo cat fur. I will say, please don't be mad at me for this, but you decided to make a bard, right? And the thing about black and white tuxedo cats is that people often interpret them as looking like, I mean, obviously tuxedo is in the name. But there is like
gentleman.
There is like a kind of like distinguishing like thing with that where you made a bard who's like a performer. And so I posit to you Mr. Mistopheles from Cats.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was waiting for it.
And we all say.
But there's often this stuff. There's often this stuff where even like if you aren't particularly design oriented yourself, you will often take these already baked in preconceived ideas that you might not even know that you have, and you will usually put them into your character designs regardless. Just because like it's something that your brain has learned to associate with these themes, whether you know it or not. That's what we call visual shorthand in art and in like animation. You'll see something and your brain will automatically just snap to that topic.
Yeah, like a lot of times with
good,
like
pointy shape evil.
Yeah, like with like tuxedo cats, and like typically you'll see like tuxedo cats in like a very like if there's a character that's like based on a tuxedo cat, they'll be entertainers or performers or just very proper because of just how tuxedos look.
Also, like he's in an emo band, or he was like from an emo band before he entered this D&D world, and therefore, tuxedo cats at their primary base, they're black cats. They're just black cats with white on them. Black, emo. There, like you already have like these associations baked into this character, whether you know it or not. Yes, Kate.
Yeah.
Like, I think my favorite thing is when people switch around the things that we already know, like making a really round and colorful, like super colorful character be the underlying villain of the story.
Yeah.
Making a more design is one of my favorites.
Making a more suspicious looking character with like a darker color scheme and pointier shapes being like the sweetest person you'll ever meet ever.
Yeah. I really like subversive character design. It tickles me.
I think my favorite kind of subversive thing is like when you usually expect like total darkness to be the evil thing and pure light to be the good thing. No. We're done with that trope. It's now unending light that's the evil or nothing.
So the thing about calicos is calicos and tortoiseshells, they can be male, but if they are male, they have XXY chromosomes, I believe, and Because they have to have 2 X chromosomes. And if they have XXY chromosomes, that means they're infertile. So they can be male, they just won't be fertile males.
Mm-hmm.
Now explain that to the Warrior Cat series.
All of them
Those
are
cats are
trans.
trans.
Next question.
Oh my god.
It's like those cats are trans. Next question.
Good answer.
You really should have
Good
expected
answer.
that.
Fucking Price
I
is Right.
expected
Good answer.
Yeah, that is incredibly
Logan-
rare.
Logan's like, I think that Firestar is a trans man, and I'm like, partial credit.
Credit.
Partial credit.
Partial credit.
No, Firestar is orange male. That's normal.
He is
But
a
also, what if-
dumb ginger.
Okay, but also he was the only cat I could think of at the time. So
But also, I don't know anything about warrior cats.
I know so little about Warrior Cats. I've literally this was
Yeah.
a complete accident. I'm pretty sure I've only read Super Editions.
Yeah. Redtail.
Redtail
Is
trans
trans.
man. Redtail's a trans man. Fucking Sandstorm is a trans woman.
I love hearing about Warrior Cats because again, I read it briefly and had it as I guess you could call it a quote unquote hyperfixation for a little bit when I was younger, mostly because 2 of my friends were into it. But now sometimes I hear about it nowadays because I on my personal blog I follow somebody who's really into Warrior Cats, so occasionally I'll see stuff from them. And I don't it's not something that bothers me. I like following them and I like seeing that, so I'm fine. But sometimes they'll mention something that's either going on in the fandom or in the books, and I'll be like, wow, this is a book series about cats?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally the thing with Warrior Cats is when you read it, you have to read it and be like, okay, this is garbage. End
Yeah.
of sentence.
Yeah, they are it's interesting lore and shit. But if you sitting down and reading the books, you're like, fuck, dude.
But my favorite thing is how there's people in the fandom that are like, oh, the cats can't be trans, as if the cats didn't create their own organized religion.
Yeah, the cats have organized religion. The cats can be trans.
Yeah, the cats have organized religion and healthcare that cures damn near fucking everything.
Yeah, they have
It's
healthcare.
so funny.
They have organized religion. They have healthcare. They have preventative flea and tick measures. The cats can be trans.
Also,
Yeah, these cats can
the
be
doctors can talk to ghosts.
Yeah,
Get prophecies.
yeah, the doctors talk to ghosts and get prophecies. It's seriously. Also, there's canon gay cats, so yes, they can be trans.
you're literally you're caught up on the gay thing when there's all of this
Yeah.
Let's not forget, not only they have cat heaven and they have cat hell.
they have cat hell.
Yeah, they have
Cat
cat
hell.
hell.
I don't care if it's called the Dark Forest. That's cat hell.
Wasn't the original idea behind the Dark Force it being more like a purgatory than hell, then that just kind of evolved from there?
Oh yeah, it's you could work your way out of it. I love how they were we're gonna make these cats have religion and we're basically just gonna make it Christian.
We're just gonna make it Catholicism.
These cats are Catholic.
Hey, can StarClan predict my
Meow.
transition?
What?
Was that,
I
was that
I did not hear what you
No.
said. I'm sorry.
no? They said I could remember
Star.
the. Go ahead.
Oh no, we're moving on. No, I
Okay.
don't want to repeat it. It was a
Okay.
shit joke. It was a
Okay.
bad
They
joke.
said, they said could they
We'll
have
clip it later.
predicted my transition, and I think they did a clap as if
This
they were high
transition?
fiving themselves.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did a clap because I realized how fucking shit that joke was.
Okay.
Pur-
Okay.
Purgatory.
Well, it's transition. This transition. This
Purgatory.
joke.
Purgatory.
Fuck up.
Catholic purgatory. You finally got to use Seinfeld.
Oh, he's used the Seinfeld one before. It was when I needed him to give me a laugh track after I told an amazing joke while he was gone. I don't remember what the joke was. Don't ask.
Oh shit, dude.
Also, I used to
Yeah.
Yeah.
because these Phil's talking about emo music again. I will say, I was a goth, and I say was. I'm still a goth. Goth.
Is
I'm goth.
is
Um,
there we go. Thank you.
You
for being
are
honest to
goth.
yourself.
but I was more into the fashion than I was the music. I mean, I really liked, like, you know, I hate to call like My Chemical Romance mainstream, like it's a bad thing, but that's like my big that's my boys.
Mm-hmm. They're everybody's boys. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Results.
Wasn't there a stream near the beginning where Logan and I just fucking went off about Warrior Cats? We were just info dumping about Warrior Cats.
I
Everybody else is like,
swear we've
"What
done
the
that at
fuck?"
least twice.
Yeah,
There's
like, and
been
everyone
more
else
than
is
one
like, I have
occurrence of
no
that
idea what
happening.
you're talking about, but I'm listening to this conversation interested.
Okay, so like where I'm at now, I'm reading Omen of the Stars, which it's my first read through of Omen of the Stars. Because when I read the books as a kid, I stopped in the middle of the New Prophecy and I never went on from there. So everything past like halfway through the New Prophecy when they got to the New Territories, that's all new to me. So I'm on Omen of the Stars. And
Yeah, the worst one.
yeah. Yeah. I thought the worst one was the one after it because it's just kind of like I read the synopsis for it and it's like all over the place.
It is, but it's like a fun train wreck. Over the Stars is not a fun train wreck.
I'm having like it's interesting. It like okay, the lore implications of it are really interesting, but like it's just I think the reason that so many people were unsatisfied with it was because they dropped the Power of Three. And the Power of Three was like very clearly supposed to be like the prophecy arc, but they didn't plan it out fully ahead of time. So like you have all these plot threads that don't get closed and like it's mostly just like developing like the interpersonal drama. And so they get to Omen of the Stars and they're like, "Oh fuck, we got to finish the fucking plot. We have to finish the plot of the last arc." And I think that's why so many people don't like Omen of the Stars, because it really should have just been like a couple books tacked onto the last series.
It really should have been.
So they just have to fill it with like other shit so they can make like a full 6-book series.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's good individual things in Omen of the Stars, but like you put it all together, it's like oof.
Yeah, because like it's just got all this baggage from the fucking Power of Three.
Oh my god, T-Spell.
I forgot to give it back and never finished it. Oh my god.
Which book is it?
Yeah, it's probably Into the Forest, if I had to guess.
The first. Like, it's the Wild or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Into the Wild.
In fact, whenever somebody talked about Warrior Cats online, I thought they were talking about a TV show. So I was really like surprised. So I used to look it up on YouTube, and there was for a little bit like animated like dubbed versions of the first book. I don't know what happened to them.
A lot of them are still around.
Yeah, those people. I remember them. I don't know if they're still making stuff. They stopped making Warrior Cat stuff. I don't know where they are now.
They had like the full like first episode up. I think they finished like one episode. They finished like a pilot. And they like the middle of it got taken down, so you have the beginning and the end, because this was before you could post videos longer than 10 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, that's how old that is.
But yeah, no, like this Omen of the Stars, it's interesting. I still have like a lot of hung up baggage about like Hollyleaf, which I think is normal.
Yeah. Holly Leaf deserved better.
She deserved to be a prophecy cat, and I can't believe
They
they were
just
like.
The reason why she wasn't a prophecy cat is because they couldn't think of a fucking power.
Which is just drives me insane that they're like, we can't think of a power, and then in the next series they're like, oh, we'll just give this one super senses. Like,
Just give this one super hearing.
but like I really like Dovewing. Like I really like
Yeah,
Dovewing.
Yeah, like, whenever those books, like, for a long time, people really did not like Dovewing, which I could kind of understand, but me reading the books, I was like, Dovewing's fine. I don't know why so many people hate her. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi!
I think, like, honestly, like, what I really enjoy with Dovewing is, like, the juxtaposition of, like, her who basically grew up knowing that she was a prophecy cat versus, like, Lion Blaze and Jayfeather, who had no, like, they found out later on, like, I think Jayfeather found out much sooner, but he kind of had time to, like, sit there and process. Meanwhile, like, Hollyleaf didn't get that time, and she's, like, earnestly, like, freaked out about it, and for good reason.
Poor Dovewing.
But, like, Jayfeather and fucking Lion Blaze are just assholes to her. Like,
Yeah, I think that's another reason why a lot of people are like, I don't really like going to stores. Because, like, it's like, why are you guys so mean?
are you guys so mean to Dovewing?
Why are you guys so mean to Dovewing?
And it's like I kind of get it from, like, the perspective of, like, oh, they're not used to having to deal with this, and they're like, oh, we figured out things, like, pretty quick, so I don't know why you're having this trouble. Meanwhile, Dovewing has clinical anxiety.
Yeah, she's like, I hear everything.
And will forever.
And will. I think they lose their power system.
Yeah, they do, and
No, it's
that was
forever.
like, okay, so, like, I looked, like, I've read the spoilers, so because I don't really care. It's fucking Warrior Cats.
Yeah, he's
but,
also like
Warrior
many years old by now.
but I read all the spoilers, and, like, the thing with, like, Dovewing is she goes on to, like, move to Shadow Clan to be with her boo in Shadow Clan rather than be in Thunder Clan, and, like, I think
Tiger Star 2.0.
yeah, and I think thematically that's really fucking interesting, and, like, it fits her, like, a lot, because, like, it's like this idea of, like, she grew up in this clan and they only knew her as the prophecy cat. Like, whether they knew it or not, they were going off of, like, just what her powers were and how she was when she had her powers, and then she moves to, like, Shadow Clan and she gets to be, like, just who she is without them. Like, they don't have the same expectations for her as Thunder Clan
Yeah,
does.
she gets to be a normal cat.
Yeah. And I like that. I like that for her. Good for her.
Yeah. Good for her.
Sorry for derailing, talking about fucking Warrior Cats for now.
This isn't the first time this stream has been talking
Fuck me
about
to
it.
get on this topic.
I don't know.
I think it was about D-Spells talking
yeah.
about their
Yeah, we were-
tuxedo.
Yeah, we were talking about their
Yeah, it went from
characters.
tuxedo
It was a
cats
tuxedo to calicos, and then we were like, Warrior Cat's trans, and then we just went on a fucking tangent.
All
because you mentioned
Warrior
that, like,
Cats
most
are
male-
trans.
mentioned that most male calicos are infertile, and I just yelled, now tell that to the Warrior Cat series, and you were like, they're trans, thank you.
They're trans.
They're
then.
trans. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
And we got
Yeah,
here
you
from the X-Files.
We got here
Yeah.
from the X-Files. This is how ADHD brings.
So we all have ADHD, and this is just how we're functioning.
I'm only
This is
friends
how
with
we
people with
all the time, all
ADHD.
the time.
Because nobody else understands me like y'all understand me. I'll just, like, I'll jump to a random topic and all my neurotypical friends will be like, what? That's so random, lol. And I'll do it with y'all and you're like, yeah, what about the fucking garbage trucks in goddamn Russia?
No, I
Dude,
want to talk
dude.
about the garbage trucks in Russia right now.
Like, dude, I didn't realize that it was even a possibility ability that I have that so I was like talking to you. It's like, oh yeah, that's a thing for ADHD people. I was like, fucking really?
Also,
Including a
hi, Missile.
dyscalculia?
Hi, Missile. Welcome back. What you missed was
Hey!
discussion of warrior cats again, so you didn't miss much.
Yeah, we were just
that
put on a tangent about warriors for a minute.
one fucking time that Logan was like, dyscalculia often comes with ADHD, and I just hear D go, "Are you fucking serious?"
Yeah, they're often comorbid.
Comorbid, so
Yeah.
yay! I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Nope.
Fuck D, we're not.
We are not.
Happy
Small.
birthday, here's
That's
ADHD.
Happy birthday. Here's ADHD.
Small
That is
unrelated
so
thing.
funny.
I have a weed gummy.
Yeah,
Time to eat it.
Oh my
time
god.
to eat it. Can't wait for
Okay.
that to hit you like 3 hours later.
Oh my god,
Well,
I can feel the
and-
effect.
Andrews hit him like pretty fucking immediately.
That's so funny. It's
Good.
like, this edible ain't shit, and then like a couple minutes later, it's taking all my brain.
I mean, it wasn't much of an effect, but I could feel the effect.
Send me some.
posture check.
Send me some.
Everybody sit up.
Oh, I'm not getting up. I'm
No
not.
Dude,
wanna.
these are, like-
Okay, here we go.
It's actually
I've been
like pretty
sitting up.
tasty. So, like, here, we can go to the weed store and get some.
Like a fucking mummy.
That
That was me stretching.
From your room.
That was me doing a
So you guys
stretch.
are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
okay.
was watching a bin.
Oh.
Alright, keep going.
Oh.
It's fine, go. Go. There's a ladybug on my. Oh, go. Just go. Finish. Wait.
Oh shit, dude. Silence.
One brief interruption, and all the thoughts go out the fucking window.
I was waiting for Soul to talk.
I was also
Soul's
waiting
right to
to
go.
talk.
I was waiting to go because you spoke first.
It's a gun at you. Finish what you're saying.
I had the package came with 2 gummies, so I had one of them yesterday, and I was like, I was gonna like continue on that. On the effect, I felt like a bit more spacey and giggly. That's about it.
Yeah. Apparently my mom does not react to weed very well because she has tried it before and it makes her extremely paranoid and anxious.
My mom keeps telling me to do weed. Like, that's not even a joke. Because, like, I talked to her about, like, how stressed and anxious I am, and she's like, you should try weed. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like
"Mom."
it depends on people to people. Like me and my
It's on
mom
the
are
strain,
both.
honestly.
Yeah, it's like me and my mom are both anxious mess, so that gives us a higher chance of not reacting.
Well, apparently the reason, like, sometimes the reason people react like that is less because of the actual weed and more because of, like, if it's illegal and they're anxious about it being illegal and then being caught, that will just, like, immediately carry it
Yeah.
over into paranoia.
Yeah, it's like,
It could
it's
also
like we're
be the
both
fact that
anxious
it could also be that the specific strain that they're taking doesn't have a very high CBD content, which is the calming chemical that's in
Mhm.
weed.
Yeah.
Which I would recommend if you're taking weed for anxiety, get something with a high CBD content.
I just drives me. My mother. I'll be like, I'm depressed and anxious and stressed all the time, and my mother's like, you should do weed about it.
Does she even give you a strain,
should
or does she
do
says you should do
weed.
weed about it?
She just tells me I
She
should do
legit
weed
just-
about it.
She should at least give you like a head
Meanwhile, if I
start
go,
on where to look for it and what
like-
to look for.
No.
it's like
It's
meanwhile-
illegal here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
but like,
illegal.
meanwhile, with my mother, if I ever go to her for something like having like an issue or whatever, she just like sits down and listens and gives me actual advice. So,
Well,
just do
we
drugs.
can't all have good mothers, D.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just so funny. It's like, please come over here and have a good mom.
Okay, so 2 things. One, 1, there's a ladybug crawling around.
a friend. He can release
It's
it
been there
outside.
since
Or
yesterday.
perhaps. No, I'm not gonna say that.
She's not a lover. No.
Yeah,
Why
just
would you say
capture
that?
her and release her back into the wild.
I don't know where she went though.
Oh,
I love
There's a lady
I love
on the
coloring
house
in
the other
something and then like changing it to like Penumbra's actual darker skin tone and then like seeing all of the holes.
yeah.
So the second thing, I was watching a binging with Babish video because fucking of course I was.
Of course.
I like scrolling through the YouTube comments just to find funnies. And somebody in the comment was like, "Alright, Babish, you need an ultimate challenge. You need to create one of the best culinary dishes ever made. You need to make the tubby custard from the Teletubbies."
I would actually watch the hell out of that. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I would watch that too.
Ladybugs are good life, good love. Life? God.
Good love. A lover.
Good love. Perhaps.
A lover.
Oh, I'm not gonna kiss her. I don't know where she went. She probably has a wife. Where did she even go? Hi, Seer! Hi!
Into the sky.
Better not be trying to eat, like, your way through the cord of my, like, air conditioning, because I don't think that's
I
gonna work.
don't think ladybugs do that.
What?
It's just
is
on my
going
air
on?
conditioning.
Babish videos are
Yeah,
good.
she's just vibing. Just
Hi, you're Clara
gently
Ladelphia.
pick her up and throw her out the window.
Should be careful that it's not like it's actually a ladybug and it's not like one of the Chinese fake ladybugs.
Yeah, that are very poisonous.
They're not poisonous. They'll just bite.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, both of those statements are terrifying. Never speak again. I think she's a lady. Hi.
A little lady?
She's got the little polka dot.
I went a little lady and Sophie sat up to look at me.
I just know like actual ladybirds will they'll have like a specific spot pattern and they'll also be like they'll be like red and not like orange.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Well, time to turn on my flashlight because I can't tell.
What
This
in
isn't-
the goddamn?
You orange? Oh no, you're orange.
I don't know why, but I just
Yeah, that's
thought
a
of
fake
the one-
ladybug. That's an imposter. That is not a friend or a lover.
That is imposter.
In fact, they
I'm
are an
gonna, like,
invasive
close
species.
Yes, it should
I'm
be
just
murdered
gonna,
on
like-
sight.
Kill it.
Well, I'm too scared to do anything, so she's just gonna
Just
hang out
smack
there.
it!
Yeah, just
No.
smack her. She can't defend herself.
You can just hang. You can just hang. I have a roommate now. Her name is Carissa.
Clarissa. Does she explain it all?
Yeah.
Please laugh.
Please laugh.
What's going on?
I don't get the joke.
I didn't hear anything. Like I think I zoned out.
Soul said
involuntarily.
her name is Clarissa, and I said, does she explain it all?
I don't
Like,
get
please
the
laugh.
joke. I don't get the joke. It's the joke.
Looking at you, okay, Logan, looking at your old ref of Penumbra versus this drawing, your style has like improved greatly.
Yes,
It
thank you.
has. It has a lot. It looks
It's-
really good. What's the explain the joke, please?
The Clarissa explains it all. Was Clarissa
Yeah.
Clarissa Explains It All was a Nickelodeon television show, sitcom about a girl named Clarissa who, as the title suggested, explained many things.
Whoa. Many things.
Jokes. I fucking hate this family.
Many things. Wink.
No!
Wink.
Wink.
But with the other eye.
No.
I think the funniest thing to me is that you said that is neither a friend or a lover.
That is neither a friend nor a lover. It's an invasive
God, it's
species
gone.
and it should be murdered on sight.
Yes.
Update. I don't know where she went. She's no longer here.
She's got a knife soul.
Oh no!
Knife.
I'm
She's
gonna
coming
fucking
for you.
die.
You gotta kill her before she kills you.
I'm gonna fucking die to Clarissa, the fake ladybug.
Who's explaining nothing right now.
Shut
Oh
up.
my god.
Real though. Oh, for real though, I found an old H.G. Wells book in my closet, and no one knows where it came from.
Which
Like, where
book
the
is
fuck
it?
did this book come from?
Which H.G. Wells book is it?
Yeah, which one?
You're okay. All right.
Oh,
The Time Machine?
The Time Machine.
from the future and yet the past.
I googled H.G. Wells to see who you guys were talking about.
He wrote War of the
That's what
Worlds.
They don't know what that is.
Oh, I don't.
You know that? God damn it. It's okay, so you know the trope of like aliens coming to Earth to like invade and then they all suddenly die to like the common cold?
They don't
Is
know
that where
that.
that started?
Yeah, that was War
Yeah.
of the Worlds is the one that started that.
I mean, all right.
Anyways, get your fucking flu shots, or you'll feel like these idiots.
I'm looking at pictures of H.G. Wells because I googled.
Go
him
get
and
vaccinated.
He does look. He looks a bit like a train conductor. He looks what I would expect a train conductor to look like, and it's definitely because of his mustache.
Definitely.
Okay, dispill. Is it despill?
Dispill.
Spill.
Dispill. I don't know a lot of things.
Soul
know a lot of
Soul okay, so Soul 1 is very young. 2 is from the Dominican originally, so is not originally from America. So many things that are like cultural osmosis for us, they do not know about.
I moved here when I was young, so you would think that I would like gain cultural osmosis. No, I don't know half the shit you guys are talking about, and at this point, I'm too scared to ask.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you are in a family where everybody is also not from America, so where things we would learn as like jokes from our parents, you don't get that.
Yeah.
But I also get that, kid, so I got you for some of the
Gotcha.
jokes.
It's like Logan once asked me, like, you think that things that were super popular in America, because America has like a big like range around the world, would be popular in other places, and like that's sort of true. There are like things that are like a cultural icon in America that branch out other sections of the world.
Yeah, but from what I can tell, people mostly just get our TVs and movies. Like our TV shows.
We get like y'all's TV shows. Like I grew up with some of the shit that other like American kids my age would get. But like when you like I don't recognize half of like the iconic stars you guys know. I didn't know about Elvis till I was like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's
Very.
completely understandable.
Yeah, so we don't hold it against you, but we will gently make fun of you about it.
Yeah, we will gently,
But yeah,
gently drag you for it.
I understand I'll have a fantastic day, but also fuck you.
Lightly roast your soul.
Like,
You American.
I think it was up until I was 10. I didn't know cakes could be square
What?
because all we had in our house was a bunt pan, and that was the only thing cakes ever came out of. So I thought cakes were just naturally round, ridged with a hole.
Oh yes,
in
cakes,
the
like
center.
just like you find them in the wilds.
Yeah, so in school, when someone would bring in a birthday cake and I was square, and I was like, what is this?
What is this?
What the fuck is this?
Like, that's icing.
No, it ain't.
That's... Oh shit, you could get a cake with icing on it? Excuse me?
I mean, to be
You
fair,
guys
that
get
kind of
candy
sounds
shit?
like every like American child's first experience with square pizza.
Yeah. We're like,
Yeah.
it's square?
Pizza can be
Hey,
square.
square pizza. I'm gonna be honest. Square pizza is kind of better than round pizza because you get more slices than you would with a round pizza.
But it's still the same amount of pizza.
Yeah.
But also, square pizza is for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Put sausage
I
on
can
that.
kind of see where that's going. I can kind of see where you're coming from with that.
so technically, you can have an infinite number of slices off of a round pizza.
Okay, well,
Oh yeah. Okay, so D-Spill wants you to know about the War of the Worlds radio broadcast. So, it's still a thing now. It was much more of a thing back then. Radio broadcasts, as you might know, were the precursor to podcasts. So oftentimes they would have radio dramas, and they would just play these on radio stations. And one time, a radio station was like, you know, it would be really great. We should do a War of the Worlds radio drama. We should do that as a radio drama. But instead of just doing the book, they were instead like, let's do it as if it was radio broadcasts. And they did put like a disclaimer at the very beginning of the show, but it like people would just tune in the middle of it, and then they would think that the world was actually getting invaded.
And lose their goddamn minds.
Yeah.
And that was like a big thing with War of the Worlds. That was like if you go to like the Wikipedia page for War of the Worlds, like one of the fucking article breaks will be all about that.
So that sounds cool as shit, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That was very neat.
I might take a look at that after the stream if I remember.
If you remember and you look it up, you might get results of a shitty movie starring Tom Cruise.
Don't look at it. Do not
even
watch.
glance on it. Do not acknowledge its existence.
That didn't happen. We do not talk about Tom Cruise.
No.
Just in general?
Just in general.
Yeah.
Alright.
He doesn't deserve us.
Although I will say very briefly,
Yeah.
very briefly, I liked the first, well, not the first, just the second Mission Impossible movie, because that was the only one we had, and that was the only context I knew of those movies at the time. But that's the only circumstance that I liked him, and that's it.
Very fair.
Question.
Yes.
Were villains with eye patches and fluffy white cats an actual thing, or was every cartoon I watched at the time just lying to me?
So that was a big thing with Dr. Claw.
From Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. He had a fluffy white cat that it would sit in his lap.
Yeah.
And if we want to go back, I think there was a James Bond
Oh
villain.
my god.
I have not checked out Mercy yet. I keep meaning to.
Mercy! That's the thing I was trying to fucking remember yesterday. I could not remember to save my life. Thank you.
Get
I was
down!
like, there's a thing that I wanna check out.
D-Spill, if you
But I
wanna
can't remember.
DM it to me, and then I can send it to Soul. I don't allow links in my chat just for like in case somebody sketchy comes in here and starts linking shit, you know?
Yeah. Understandable. Have a good day.
When it comes to like linking clips, I usually am like asked to link clips, and one of the mods will let you.
Okay.
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 But yeah.
One of my favorite YouTubers did a video on the North Sentinel Island. I haven't finished watching it yet, but somebody in the comments said, us watching the North Sentinel Island must be how UFOs be watching Earth.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
that
right.
was the one that Illuminati put out, right? Hell yeah. I saw that and I was like, ooh. And I didn't watch it because I was watching a video on The Sims. But I'll probably check it out after the stream.
Another comment underneath it was like, man, the North Sentinel Island is so interesting. Let's leave it alone, though.
Yeah, leave it alone, please.
Yeah, leave it alone.
They clearly don't
Don't
want to
need
be
to,
interacted with.
They don't need us. They're doing perfectly fine without us.
Actually, they're probably doing better than we are.
Yeah, they're probably doing much better than we are. They're fine. Leave them alone.
They're perfectly fine. Just let them be.
Hang. Space Jam 2 came out.
It did.
It did. I haven't seen it.
I've heard it was soulless.
One video, I hear that from like some of the video, like movie reviewers I follow, and then there's the people on my dashboard who are really into the Looney Tunes and shit that are like, it's a fun film, and I'm like, I don't know who to trust here. But
So I'm looking at it like I'm looking at it like less from like the sense of like, is anybody having fun with this? Because if you're having fun with a movie, I really don't care. Like, you have fun with whatever you want to have fun with. I'm not here to judge you. But like for me, it's like, what does this film signify as far as like what movies are now? And I have like a real big problem with this current trend of just like IP mashups. Like it feels like everything's kind of being boiled down into like a couple of different franchises, and then there's not a lot of room for growth outside of that. And I feel like that's kind of what the new Space Jam is, and I don't know if I'm cool with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, understandable.
I don't want to watch it. Just if it is bad, just to rib on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want
And like I said, I won't
Space Jam: A New Legacy.
I won't judge you if you do enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like you're allowed to enjoy what you enjoy.
The trailers
Yeah.
do look fun, but then I
It
saw.
does look like a fun movie, but I'm like,
Quote a fantastic YouTuber, you're allowed to like what you like. You're also allowed to dislike, as long as you're not suffocating people with your opinion.
Yeah.
yeah.
Off. Also, wait,
that's... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, keep going.
I was gonna say, Diesel, that's really interesting to know. I did not know that the person that made Citizen Kane also did the World's broadcast.
Ah.
So, D, apparently Jack Stauber's Opal is on HBO?
Oh, neat. Well, that makes sense, because Cartoon Network would be the same entity. And they put a lot of their Cartoon Network stuff on.
I might watch it, but also I love Jack Stauber's work. Sometimes it can unleash slight paranoia because of the way that it's presented.
Yeah, he's very good at just subtle horror.
For context for anyone who doesn't know, Jack Stauber is a YouTuber. You might kind of know him from the "Can I Have a Peppermint" song.
Yeah,
That's probably one of his more popular ones. Yeah, there's
Bumblebees are out.
One of
you
the
might
songs
also
that
know
I
him.
really like is Buttercup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know him from "Can I Have a Peppermint" or Oklahoma or Bumblebees are out.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of stop motion animations to go with a lot of his songs when they're not like 2D animated and stuff. Like, that's not like, I think that's what really helps. Like, he has this subtle horror feeling to a lot of his stop motion animations for a lot of his songs. It's like, I do love a lot of his songs and I do like watching a lot of his videos. If I'm not careful, if I watch them at like the wrong time or when I'm in the wrong mood, it can and will activate some paranoia in me.
Oh,
Yeah.
so...
One of my favorite ones of his is because, like, apparently somebody's, like, told him, stop being depressed all the time and get a real job or whatever. And he made a song called Get My Mom On, and it's so fucking funny. It's just him singing a song about being a suburban mom.
He's got very good music. He stopped uploading for a little bit because he got a job with Adult Swim and ended up working on a project for that instead.
Huh.
Yeah,
Never
I
knew.
think he's still doing bigger project stuff, which is why he hasn't uploaded in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like he's got really good songs. Like they're very short usually, unless he's kind enough to bestow upon an extended version from the heavens.
Yeah.
Like one of the songs that can activate like my paranoia by accident is Cooking with Abigail. And like Cooking with Abigail, a lot of people have theories about the undertones of that. You can do your own Googling.
Okay.
Like the animation for Cooking with Abigail is like it's a combination of 2D static, and I mean very static, like these give off the vibes of like a 90s or like 80s show, combined with like realistic bodies on in a like a stop motion head. And like combining all of that together and maybe like watching it too late at night when I should be sleeping or I'm in the wrong mindset will make my brain go, you are being watched.
Yeah.
I don't know by who you are being watched. Now,
You hate to
my
see
brain
it.
will be like, by
If you're
Abigail.
if you're gonna watch Opal, watch it during the day.
And also I plan to watch it with friends, hopefully. So I'm not watching
Yeah.
Opal in the middle
You
of the
can
night.
watch it
and
with
if
me.
do that-
I was like, you can watch it with me. I have already seen it many times.
Is it good?
It's good. It's
yeah.
sad.
I had a feeling. He
A lot of
does
Jack
a lot
Sauber
of good
stuff are,
songs,
like-
but some of them are very depressing.
Yeah, it's like Jack Stauber stuff is usually ranges from kind of spooky or wow, this is sad or what the fuck did I just watch?
No, he has a song. He has a song called Benny Worm, and like that's the
That
entire
one-
song is just about
that
a
one's
worm.
so funny.
Called Benny Worm.
It's Benny
Nothing's bad about
Worm.
it. It's Benny Worm. That's it. He's just Benny
Yeah.
Worm.
It's just a worm. His name's Benny. That's it.
His name's Benny. There's nothing else.
He's a good friend. That's it.
One of his tamer songs that I really like is Buttercup. It's actually one of the longer ones.
Buttercup's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another one. It's like there's a lot I've listened to. It's going to go to his channel because there's this one video that he has up on his channel called Hot Dogs. It's absolutely wholesome. It's so cute. It's about a dad just like going shopping with his son.
Aww.
Yeah, they found a hot dog roller behind like a building. They bought
Yeah.
hot dogs together to go and cook it, and then the dad was like, "Oh man, I guess this one doesn't work, huh, Dougie?" And like his baby just kind of looks up at him and like does a little like with his mouth, and he's like, "Oh, I love you," and I'm like, "Oh."
He's like, I love you. That's all it is. I was like, when I saw the
It is such a
thumbnail and
cute
the
video.
video. Yeah, it's like I saw the thumbnail and I was like, this could either go many, many ways, and it went the completely wholesome way. I was like, thank God.
It was so cute.
It's so cute.
Boba mentioned one of his videos today while we were talking about kin drama, which is the funniest sentence I've ever fucking said in my
Well, we were
entire
talking
life.
about kin drama.
Yeah, we were talking
so
about
Boba
kids.
it was referencing a video of his for a little boy goes up to his mom and he's like, "Mom, where do we go when we die?" And she's like, "Oh, we go to a very nice place where we're surrounded by people who love us and we're very happy." And then the little boy's like, "Mom, why do I miss people who hurt me?" And the mom's like, "Because you're a little dum-dum. Stupid little
Because you're a
dum-dum,
dummy.
okay? You're a stupid little dum-dum."
Oh my god.
It's just me having a conversation with myself.
Little
Hey
dum
brain,
dum.
why do we miss people who hurt us? Because we're a little stupid dum dum. Little dum dum boy. I know, right?
It was a very informal explanation of nostalgia is a liar very often, and you should not listen to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Nostalgia is a liar sometimes.
Nostalgia
No, no,
is
no,
Except for
all
that
the time.
TV show except for that TV show that you liked when you were 9, then it was good.
It was good. Don't go rewatch it.
so good. Don't go rewatch it
Rewatch
ever.
Just enjoy it
Do
now.
not.
Do not rewatch it.
Oh my god. Y'all enjoying the stream?
No, we're too fast. Stretch.
Yeah,
So
stretch.
I'm not gonna rewatch fucking Hot Wheels Battle Force 5, even though I like
Hot Wheels?
Yeah, no, there was like a fucking Hot Wheels show.
Hang on, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they added Thundercats to Hulu. I gotta go look at something real fast.
Which kind?
Not the 2020 version.
Okay, good.
Okay. Did the 2020 version ever get off the ground?
It had a
don't
couple
know.
episodes and then it got canceled.
Oh, of course.
It,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They have they have the original. Okay, they do have Thundercats. Were on upsetting. They have the
Yeah.
original cartoon from was it from the 90s?
It's early 2000s.
You're good
I
to
think.
spell.
You're good to
No,
spell.
like the other one,
Oh,
because
the
there's the
original
2011 one and there's the original from the
That is
90s. I
like-
think.
Honestly,
Late
I
80s,
I
early
honestly
90s.
just hope, like deep down in my soul, that my streams are just good to vibe out to.
Yeah, it
That's-
just vibe. Good background
Oh,
noise.
That's my ultimate goal.
Yeah.
I just want
If
people
we-
to be able to
we
vibe to
watch-
me.
If
Yeah.
we watch Party Thundercats 2011.
Oh my god.
That'd be neat. I like 2011 Thundercats.
How many seasons does it have?
I would
One?
not say no. We add that to the fucking pile, I guess. 'cause-
I think it
You have
was
such
was
a giant pile.
Was it 2? I
yeah,
wanna
and,
say it
and
was
now
2
and now
seasons.
not Thundercats, and now fucking X-Files is top priority.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, wait.
Yeah.
Hulu had Venom on it? Hulu has Venom on it.
That's how we were able to watch it.
Yeah,
when
that's how we
all
watched
did.
it.
Oh, we watched it on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot that not all of the movies are on Disney.
Yeah, did
Well,
Disney's
yeah,
not owned by
because
Disney.
Disney Plus is like,
Oh, Croods 2 is on Hulu. 1 second.
Oh my God.
I gotta like go through this now.
Hulu is where Disney puts all the things they don't want to put on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Because they
Like,
own
Disney
both
looking
of
at
them. Can't stress enough how they already owned Hulu and they decided to make another streaming platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they could shove a bunch of the things that were already on different platforms.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Princess and the Frog is still on Netflix.
Yeah, there are some, because like when Netflix licenses out stuff, they're licensed for like a certain amount of time, and then if that amount of time runs out and they don't renew, that's when it'll leave Netflix. So if there's still Disney stuff on Netflix, it's probably because it just has not reached that point yet.
I see. I love using Netflix sometimes because it gave me a notification for something new, and I was like, "Ooh, did the TV show I really like finally get a season 2?" And it was like, "Nah, Chief, you want to watch the Johnny Test reboot?" And I'm like, "No."
Why would I?
It got
The
a
fucking
reboot. You guys
what?
not here? It got a
No.
reboot.
Yeah,
You guys
Missile.
not here?
No.
Handshake missile. Yeah, they do have. They make you pay for their streaming service on Disney Plus, and they also like, hey, we have a new movie out. Pay an extra $30 for it.
Meanwhile, HBO Max is like, this movie is currently in theaters. Watch it.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay extra. You can just watch
You
it.
don't have to pay extra. You can
Just
just
watch
watch
it.
it.
And,
Also,
like,
D-Spill, thank you for DMing that to me. I will send it to Soul.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like, I have not yet watched the new Mulan, which apparently did
Don't.
absolutely like record-breakingly abysmally.
Simply don't.
No.
D,
It's
look
so
me in
I
the
do
eyes,
not want
don't.
to, and I simply do not want to. One day I probably am going to, just for the sake of curiosity, but that time is not now.
Yeah.
Gotta pirate it if that's the case. Disney ain't
Yeah,
getting
I'm definitely
from
gonna
me.
pirate it if that's the case. But like, yeah.
Hey, HBO added Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Righteous.
It's
Fuck
right.
yeah.
Dude.
I'm just gonna
I've only
add
seen the
that.
first one. It's very fun.
Oh wait, oh shit. They added the Batman movie collection on here.
Oh, sweet.
I told
Like
you
the,
that
the
they added
like the
What is
19,
that
like
new-
the 1989 movies to the 1997 movie.
Yeah. When is that new series coming out, by the way? Does anyone know?
New series.
There's a new series?
This new, I heard there's gonna be a new cartoon or something being made
Oh,
for
shit.
HBO.
I know the
think.
movie was being made, but I didn't hear about it.
Movie?
What are you?
Ah, that might be what I'm thinking about.
There's like the Batman that's gonna have Robert Pattinson in it.
Hang on. I think that's maybe what I'm thinking about. I don't think so though. I'm gonna look.
It's got
Okay.
fucking R-Pats.
Yeah,
like
it's got our pets.
You mean like the new Looney Tunes cartoon reboot?
No, we're talking about Batman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's probably a new animated series. I'm
Yeah,
sure there
there's
is.
a new animated series coming out. I don't know when. It's like a new Batman animated series has been ordered at HBO Max and Cartoon Network.
Huh.
And Bruce
Okay.
Timm's coming back for it, so yay!
Uh,
Yeah, I
These
don't
Bill
think a release
says
date has
These
been-
Phil says Disney
given yet.
Plus might be terrible, but it's got Homeward Bound 1 and 2 on it, and that's enough for me. That's fair.
That is fair. That is fair.
Oh my
I also
God.
have
Only
those
re-
movies on VHS that I can't watch them anymore because I don't have it.
honest to
Video
God,
forward.
I like when me and Emil were planning on like watching Ratatouille together. I didn't know if either of us had like the ability to watch it just straight up. But if we figured it out, Emil had something. But I was like this close that if Emil needed me to stream it, I was just gonna like walk into Logan's DM like, hey Logan, can I have the Disney Plus?
Disney
no.
Plus Logan. And meanwhile, I just then
Oh, yeah,
I just
there is
then
a
got
new
on, so
Batman
I
series,
would have
too.
absolutely streamed it for y'all. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be an issue. Like, I do have I am a password parasite, but like I could also ask Logan.
I would have been too nervous to ask anyway because you already gave me your Hulu, and I'm like, that's enough. No need to share more.
dude, actually, my Hulu login is the same as the Disney Plus login.
One sec.
Remember how we rewind to a couple minutes ago when we said
Yes.
Disney owns Hulu?
Yeah. It's I
Yeah.
think it's through Hulu because like Hulu's technically oh shit. Sorry.
I will say that you mentioned this about HBO, how it's like, oh yeah, this movie's in theaters now. Here, you can just watch it now, which I really do like. Another thing I like about it is that if the movie's like a continuation or like a reboot of a series, they will also add different like things from that series or the original, like a prequel to that movie, so you can watch it with it. Like,
Yeah.
For Space Jam, they added the original Space Jam film. For when Mortal Kombat came out, they added like the original Mortal Kombat films. And Annihilation was there too, I guess.
Annihilation was there too, I guess. Like, yeah, that's a really neat thing that HBO Max does. It recommends you like things from the same franchise that you can be like, hey, if you like this, you can watch this too.
Binge our content, please.
Binge our content, please.
I just want to watch the Lego Batman movie eventually because they re-added it to HBO.
We put that on the watch party list and we haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Me too. It's my favorite.
I genuinely love that there is such a thing as a watch party list because
It's
it only
just-
exists in our fucking
yeah,
heads.
it's in our heads. Like we never written anything down.
Yeah. Love it.
It's that
It
literally.
just in our minds.
Ooh, Tubi. Oh yeah, I watched I think I watched one it was a horror movie. I watched it on Tubi, I think. Cuz they were like cuz I have a Roku TV, and if you have a Roku TV, sometimes on the side it'll be like, "Hey, this streaming service has this on it. You want to watch that?" And I saw it and I was like, "You know what? Yeah, I do want to watch Alien."
Oh my god, yes, Alien's so good.
I do you guys ever think about how Quibi got like absolutely
Goodbye,
fucking
D-Spill.
demolished?
Be safe.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
How Quibi was the fastest streaming service to fucking die ever, like recently.
Oh my god.
What is?
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. Quibi was like
It's fine.
it was an American short form streaming platform. Yes, I'm reading this off of fucking Google. An American short form streaming platform that generated content for viewing on mobile devices.
Uh-huh.
It launched April 6th,
This girl.
Uh-huh.
and it died later the year.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I miss Rabbit.
Me too.
I also miss Rabbit.
It's kind of nice to be able to stream through Discord, but I miss Rabbit.
God, I miss
Yeah.
Rabbit. No, fun fact, my friend Muggsy and I were like, using the Rabbit mobile app to watch something together, and like while when we finished watching it, he tried to talk to me, but you see the thing about the Rabbit mobile app is that it's laggy as ever loving shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
QB
just
was
kicked
spoken
me
about
out.
by Swell Entertainment, which is why I know what it is. Okay.
There's this
Use-
there's
before I figured out that you.
there's this one site that sorry to interrupt you,
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
but like there's this one site that was like came out of the ashes of Rabbit. Where it's like you can stream with your friends. I think it's from the same people who made Rabbit, except like I only know it exists and I only used it like once to watch a movie with. It was to watch Bumblebee with like Jelly and Mary and a couple of people. And I'll hydrate. And like
Hydrate.
I'm sitting there watching the movie, and I'm like, this would be a lot better experience for me if this wasn't fucking laggy as shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I was the only one having the severe lag issue or not, but nobody else seemed to be pointing it out, so I was like, maybe it's just a me thing.
Oh my god.
I
no, D.
used before I figured out that you could stream on Discord. I use a website that I would often just like post on my RP account, like, "Hey, I'm streaming this movie. If you want to join, come on in." And it would usually be a very fun time, even if it would overload my
Oh, no.
computer fucking immediately. But I forgot the name of it. Which is great.
Oh no.
Fun fact: I'm pretty sure I was gonna stream to that website again, because me and a few other people in a TMNT server, a completely different one, by the way,
Yeah.
in a TMNT server, we're planning on doing a real-time fan dub of the first Bayverse movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And I still really want to do it.
Dude,
Never
we're
got around to it.
I want to watch the Bayverse movies with y'all, but I will warn you, even if you guys can't drink, even if you guys aren't going to drink, if we watch Bayverse together, I will drink during it.
Yeah.
Bayverse Transformers or
Understandable.
Bayverse TMNT or both.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, that's fair. Understandable. Have a fantastic day.
The fucking Bayverse Transformers, that's what I want to watch, is I want to watch Bayverse Transformers with you guys.
Bayverse Transformers is one of those movies that is very fun to drink.
It is. It's Bayverse Transformers is movie.
It's one of the movies ever.
It's one of the
One of
movies.
the movies
Yeah.
ever.
I mean, the first one is like okay.
It's a solidly okay, like,
Yeah, it's like
summer
a solid okay movie.
action flick, but like it also you fucking Bumblebee pees on John Turturro, and I can't like
Yeah.
think about that. Like,
Yeah, it's like it is okay at best, and also the Bayverse movies just get worse as time goes on.
it's just like it's like a warning. It's like a warning for what is to come. Like if you watch the first
Yeah.
Bayverse Transformers movie, everything that's wrong with it is gonna show up later worse.
Also, same missile. I remember only small bits and pieces. I don't know exactly which one they're from. I've seen all those movies multiple times.
So my thing with Bayverse Transformers is I've seen the first movie. I can basically recount to you what the plot is. I've seen the second movie 3 times. I don't remember what happens during it. It's like everything past the party scene is just totally blank.
Yeah, Bayverse did jazz so dirty. A lot of the there's a couple of characters I can look at and be like, I know you, but a lot of the just because of how the Bayverse designs are, I'm like, were you?
Were you?
Were you? It's like, oh, this character was in this movie. I was
Don't
like,
even get me started on how much of a thing drift is. Like, what the fuck is happening there?
Yeah.
How did you do Yellowface on
A robot. How did you manage that?
How
They did that not once.
You couldn't
but
give a fucking
twice.
brass face.
I think my favorite thing. Oh, there goes that thought. Goodbye.
Yep, there goes that thought.
God. No, I remembered.
There it is.
Why is Megan Fox in so many Michael Bay films? And do I need to alarm anyone?
Well, so Bay vs. Transformers was Megan Fox's first foray into movies. Like that was like her first. That was basically her big break, and that's what got her into movies. Michael Bay. Yeah, he perverted all over the place, especially considering the fact that she was 17 at the time. Can we talk about the fact that she was 17?
I know, I've heard of that. I've seen her interview on that one late night show. Don't ask me which one it was. They're all the same to me. She was like, yeah, he had me like sit in front of a waterfall and get all wet and stuff. And I was like, wow, what?
What?
And she was like, yeah, I was 17, and I was like, what?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Do I have to murder someone?
I have to murder someone?
Michael Bay will die by my sword in Minecraft.
Yeah.
What if
Michael Bay will die
Yeah,
by
he
the
had
red
her
of
audition in a
nighttime.
bathing suit at 17.
What if Bay vs. April O'Neil and that character she played in Transformers, because I don't know who it is, are the same person?
It's like interesting too, because like, okay, so like Lindsay Ellis brings this up in her video essays like on Bay vs. Transformers. She's like, if you look at it, like if you just look at it like from the script, if you just read the script, Megan Fox's character Michaela is very like actually kind of well written. Like she knows better than the main character. She's kind of badass. She's very capable and very like capable of like standing up for herself and like taking care of like everything. Like she's actually more competent than Sam is.
Right.
But because in the film all you see are these shots of like titties and ass, the takeaway in your head is that she's just there to be eye candy. And it really like just shows you just how visual a medium film is, that the visuals that you are being shown can overwrite what's in the script that much. I just find that fascinating. But yeah, Michaela's actually like a really good character when you look at her, like from like the script standpoint. She's insanely good, and the movie did not deserve her.
Movie didn't deserve a lot of things.
The movie didn't say a lot of things.
So says that her character should have been the main character, and you're right.
You're right.
And you're right.
You're correct, Missile.
Because you know what? I think she would have liked her to. I mean, it would have made more sense to. Never mind. It's not going.
No, it would have though. Like thematically, she has much more of a character arc than Sam does.
Yeah,
Sam
like,
just exists.
He just kind of exists and then screams, "Optimus! Optimus!"
no, excuse you. More time he says Bumblebee because he's
Me, age 10, yelling Optimus every time a red and blue truck passes by.
Optimus. Me, age 10, going Bumblebee in every single yellow and black car.
He's a Honda Civic today.
He's a Honda Civic today. Fucking, what really, like, killed me, too, is, like, one time I had a friend who's, like, he brought up the very, like, valid point of, like, Optimus, like, chose, like, the worst, truck disguise, because, like, what fucking truck have you ever seen that has, like, flame decals and shit? And I was like, me, who's from the South, and has absolutely seen a truck with flame decals. Well.
I don't know, man, it's fucking weird.
Well, like, shit, dude, I'm from the north and you see that.
People like to customize their cars and trucks. Some have flame decals. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's tacky, but...
It's tacky, but...
But also
Whatever makes you-
gestures to humanity.
Wait, what did you say, Sprite?
I was gonna make like a joke about Guy Fieri because he likes those kind of flames.
Oh, yeah. Animal Crossing thinks this is what constitutes cool. And it's right.
And it's right.
Well, the HBO added the masterpiece of the 2006 film Robots.
Nice.
Oh hell yes. That's a good
No, the
answer.
one where one of the characters just has the biggest dump truck ass.
Please
Yeah, Fanny.
never say dump truck ass ever again.
Not for
You
another
say
2
that, but
years.
I'm gonna say it again someday.
I don't
Should be
remember
out of
what
the
it
Power
was
Rangers movie.
that you said on stream before we were streaming Hades. It was our first Hades
You
stream.
you
I
called
forget
one of them a
I
sub.
remember.
Yeah!
No.
No, it was worse. It was worse. But
That
I was like, never speak that again!
we still
No.
have.
I said that I thought Hypnos
So-
was a bottom because that's just something that happens. And Logan went a little far, and I thought he was gonna say something else, and I casually go and I say what I thought he said, and D from 2 hours away sent a psychic smack that made me unable to repeat myself.
I
It's the funniest
genuinely went full ant mode on you!
Please rewatch the Hades stream if you want to know what I said, because I
It's,
thought it was
it's,
funny.
it's on my
so
YouTube if you want to watch it. That's linked in the info box
Yes.
below.
Funniest thing ever.
But yes, if you want to hear
Go watch
D going full
and
ant mode
subscribe.
right there.
Fucking. Okay, so like I wanna. I don't know if I can fit the swan theme into the new mask if I'm going with the cracks, but I like this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Like, I like
probably
this.
figure out a way to combine them eventually.
Neat.
Feathers.
I believe in you. You're a good character designer. You
Yeah,
can figure it
you
out.
could add like feathers on the dark.
I could do that.
Or
Yeah.
like the swan is like escaping from the mask or some shit like that, and the feathers are just.
Yeah.
Hmm. Considering having thoughts.
We're having
Oh,
thoughts.
also, add another one to the imaginary watch list. We need to watch The Mitchells versus the Mitchells.
Hell
I've
yeah.
heard- I've heard very good things about that.
It's very
Very
good.
good animation.
It's very good. Also, just the fact that the main character is gay.
Yeah.
She's got a pride pin on her jacket, and it's just she's there. She
The
gets a
little
girl
things.
at the end of the film. It's
It's
good.
the little things.
It's the little things.
I like this actually.
It's also not just a movie that's like. It's also not a movie that's just like book good, phone bad. It's capitalism bad.
Maybe I could. Okay, let's look at the. This
Let's
was
look
very
at-
much like a Mardi Gras day night mask, is like what the original one was, and then the second one was
Yeah.
the swan, which was still kind of based on like the more Frenchy like aesthetics, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take the screen time away from Jack and give it to Fowler. I agree.
Yes.
Correct.
But I
Fowler
also
was
I
the
think
best human.
I think Miko should have been the main character of TFP.
Yes.
Or Raph.
it honestly-
Miko or Raph. I would have taken Miko or Raph.
Miko-
Jack is
yeah,
just
Miko or
boring.
Raph. Yeah, Jack is kind of boring. Like when it comes to the humans in that series, like they're very well done. They're very well done. Miko is very good. So is Raph. Jack's a little boring. If they just had like maybe like a little bit more actual focus.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, I'm watching this big robot show for the big robots, obviously, and I'm glad you understand that. But also, if you're gonna put so much importance on these human characters, please.
Just actually
Please.
make them important.
Yes,
Like,
please.
Kiss Bumblebee on the face. That's it.
I feel
Yes.
like they only added the humans to like meet some like prerequisite from Hasbro or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Jesse goes, "How dare you slander my boy?"
I didn't like Jack, sorry.
I mean, there was
Dude.
things there that I could definitely see.
There
them
wa- he had
pushing
a
to
lot
go
of-
places.
He had a lot of
He didn't do anything
potential.
with it.
He had
Yes, he did.
potential, but you could kind of tell that the writers didn't like him that much.
Yeah, they preferred Miko and Raph.
Yeah, like
you could really tell that when you're like watching something, you can tell when the writers really cared about something versus when they didn't. And it really feels like Jack was like a requirement. It felt like they didn't want to write Jack because Jack wasn't given a lot of stuff, and the interesting stuff he was given was never explored.
Yeah.
So like I don't really care for him just because of that. I just find him very boring.
If there was a bit better writing for the human characters in that show, then I could definitely see him being a lot more having a lot more to latch on to.
Yeah. But as it was, he didn't.
Yeah. The human characters in that show, now that I think about it, were kind of flat.
Yeah, like again, it felt like they were added in as a requisite. It didn't feel like they were really supposed to be there. Like the writers clearly just wanted to focus on the robots.
Yeah, like kids like the robots. We're gonna focus on the robots. And I was like, we gotta add humans in there.
This honestly
didn't
feels
have
like
to.
very similar. This honestly feels like very similar critique about Godzilla King of Monsters characters, which I found absolutely fine, by the way. But it's very
Oh,
similar.
it was so good. It was so good.
I know that some people, while like watching Godzilla King of Monsters, were like, "Nah, I don't care for the human characters," and I was just like, I mean,
I still think
Big monster.
sorry. God, you cut out. I thought you were good. I'm so sorry.
big monster.
Yeah, big
Monster.
monster. Yeah, I still think Sorry is one of the better, well-written human companions that they had. And sure as though she wasn't even human.
Massive spoilers, D, my god.
It's been a decade, maybe even more.
It's on.
more.
Okay, no, me too, G. That's me. Like, there are some people that are like, I don't want to hear spoilers about this thing because I haven't seen it yet. And I'm like, that's understandable, but it's been out for like 2 years now.
Yeah, the worst human in TFP is Silas.
Yeah.
Could have been an interesting villain, but they did nothing with him.
I want him to be a more interesting villain, you know? Like he's one of those villains where I wanted to like find him compelling. Like I really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean,
you have a lot of potential, but I'm not
I mean, give
doing
me-
anything
give
with
me-
you.
Give me 5 minutes to read his Wikipedia page, and I could make a better villain out of him.
There
Yeah.
is a fic. It's called Stop Me. It is, I believe it's on fanfic.net. I don't know if they've put it to AO3, but it's basically one of those really old trope fics where the whole idea is like this character at the end of the series gets transported back to like the beginning, and it focuses on Starscream. And what the fic writer did with Silas in Stop Me is fucking insane and like insanely good. Like I highly recommend that fucking fic. Please read that fic. You'll look at it and you'll be like, that's a lot of chapters, but trust me, it's good.
That's a lot of chapters.
Okay, so update then. Read his Wikipedia page and then read Stop Me. I can make a better villain.
It's
I promise you.
so good.
It's
Moss wants to know
Streamlabs.
if
What?
Moss wants to know if the last time you told me about them about it, it was 100 chapters.
Let me see. I have it up on my phone
Update
still.
then.
Um,
Update. Skim Stop Me.
wow, I have so many tabs open. Where is it? Oh no, did I close it?
Oh,
No.
fool.
No. I don't remember where I
look.
was.
Quick, go to your
No,
history.
Stop Me fanfic.
Nothing.
Transformers. It is. Let me see. It has 249 chapters.
Wow.
I'm gonna skim it. I've decided.
No, it's good. Like read it. Like actually read it. Like read it. Read it. Please.
Oh, man, I sure hope they can transfer their. Is it still on fanfic or is it pushed to AO3? Because
let me find out. It's by.
That is
Please tell me it's on.
that is a slow sinking ship if I've ever seen one.
I don't know. I don't know that it's on AO3. I know it's on fanfic.net. And it's still up. It's by Mega Doominger. And it is stop space me for missile. Very good fic.
Apps.
Some of the chapters are really short, to be fair. Because they're, for the first little bit, it's just like literally going episode by episode. And so, you know, they're very just short chapters, like kind of synopsising like what's happening, but with like Starscream's like newfound knowledge. And then some of the chapters are like, you know, longer full chapters. Highly recommend it. Very good. Starscream and Predaking have a very cute, like, friendly relationship in it that I just really love. Cause Predaking, like, so when Predaking is like first made, Starscream is like terrified shitless of him because like that's the person that killed him in the fic, and like he's scared like fucking shitless, and Predaking can sense that, but he doesn't know why. And he's like, why is he afraid of me? And then he senses that Starscream's even more afraid of Megatron, and he's like, oh, I gotta protect this guy. And it's very, 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 very good. Please read it. I'm the only person in my groups that has read this, and I'm obsessed with it.
I gotta read it. It has Predaking, my boy, in it. I need to read it.
It has Predaking, and him and Starscream are so fucking sweet with each other. It's so good. Like, it's not romantic. They're not romantic, but they're like very friendly.
If Starscream wasn't a fucking dick, you would have a great dragon friend. That does coincide with how I usually write Predaking too. Like, if you're good to him and you're nice to him and you're in that trust, he will fight God for you.
Yeah.
I pick up Predaking and I hold him close to my chest and I go, This thing right here, this good dragon boy, it's mine. Can't have him, Hasbro. You don't do good things with him. You keep introducing him into stuff, then not do anything.
Then he shows
There's
up
also
for
like
one page and then never again.
There's also like stuff with like Optimus and Starscream that's like it's not like explicit because the writer was like, I want this just to be like a general fic and I don't want to focus on romance, but like it's like really kind of heavily implied that like Optimus and Starscream are kind of have a thing for each other. And I love that because Star Op is like one of my big guilty pleasures. It's not even guilty. It's just one of my pleasures. I love Star Op so much, and you rarely see it. And it really like the fic kind of comes at it too from like these two people who've been really hurt by Megatron, just like learning to cope and heal from it, and that's like mwah, chef's fucking kiss.
Mwah.
I love you.
I love you.
I will never get over the fact that I was reading Disguise comics because those are actually pretty good, and I was reading them. And they, you know how they got canceled. And I was reading it, and I was like, okay. And then Predaking got introduced. It was like one of the last pages, like, oh, it's Predaking, and then they never did anything.
Oh,
it was canceled.
no.
There's nothing
And
left
he
out. I
never
was like,
showed up
God
again.
damn it!
Every fucking time.
I was like, you introduced my boy, and then the comic dies.
Every time.
Being a Predaking fan is pain. It was really funny whenever I made that discovery because I was in Transformers group at the time, not in there anymore. But like, I was like, oh, he's in here. And then I was like, what do you mean? There's no more.
What do you mean they canceled the comic?
It gave you like one fucking spoonful of like of food you wanted, and then it threw the rest of the fucking pot away.
I got a fucking panel. I got a single panel.
You got one spoonful of really good fried rice, and then they threw the rest of it in the trash.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
no,
called getting
I could
gourmet
eat that.
restauranted.
What did you say, Emil?
It's called getting
It's a-
gourmet restauranted, is what he said.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like he's wrong.
it's not like he's
If-
wrong.
If
To be
it's
fair, they just give you
by
several spoonfuls of
Missile,
some
if it
special-
is by Mega Doomin Gur, I think is their username on fanfic, and then it's like 200 something chapters long, that is the correct fic.
Yeah, you found it.
You found it. Just the other day, I was seeing like, completely forgot I followed this person on Tumblr, but I was seeing a lot of like fan art from Stop Me on there. I was like, is that the thing that Logan was talking about? That now you're talking about? I was like, it was.
Do you think this is good for their mask, or do you think this is too simple?
Let me see.
I like
One
it.
second,
I like
one
it.
I
second.
do like it. I do really like it. I mean, if you want to add more detail, I
Oh.
can definitely work with that. But I think if you want to keep it simple like this, it could also.
I'm just trying to think of like what to add.
You know that the like
Hmm?
cracks of gold are meant to represent that Japanese art of like filling in cracks with gold and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because of like, but also because of Penumbra being like a part like like celestial, it makes me think of Iker.
Yeah, I really like that like thought process too. Like the way I described it when I thought up the mask, because I was like, I found these, and I was like, I really think I should base the new mask off of these like masks I found on Google.
Yeah. I think it. Yeah.
And I said it really was supposed to be like this symbology of like they've been broken so many times, but they are putting themselves back together.
Yeah, because like a lot of times with that type of art stuff, it's like usually it's like a bowl or whatever that got cracked or like dropped and broken. They're like, okay, we can fix it. And they just use the gold to fill in the cracks. Because one,
Yeah.
it looks pretty, and two, you can't really fix all the cracks, but you can at least do something. Well,
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
yeah.
I kind of want like a design maybe like right here. It just feels like this space is very empty.
Yeah, that's why it's like it needs something, but I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
Smaller cracks and fill it with a little bit of
Yeah.
silver, maybe.
Yeah, it's like I also still like the feather idea, but I don't want to overcomplicate it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Moss, you're reading the new TMNT comic and you're wincing. Are you?
Is that
That'll-
good wincing or bad wincing?
Let's see what I
That's
got.
worrying, Moss.
Let's see what I got.
I got a lot of brushes.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, oh no.
Hold on.
I think
Oh, no,
the
no,
girls
no,
are
no, no,
about to.
Feather.
Oh no.
Hold on. Feather. Well, it was pottery. Well, like.
If we just make a TMNT iteration where the only characters that matter are the mutanimals. No, it's no longer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's the Mutanimals show now.
The
The fuck are the
show.
TMNT? Not important here.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of chaotic dumbasses just doing whatever.
Alright, here.
First
What
episode is
pattern
Rocksteady
brushes?
throwing somebody through a wall. That's it. That end the episode.
Yeah.
That's my pilot.
Rocksteady picks up Avi and just locks them.
Chucks them.
I have a bunch of this is really off topic, but I have like a bunch of these fucking these brushes that are like cute like bunnies and stuff that are like very
Yeah.
cute patterns like strawberries and this like the scissors and then these little bows, and I was like, Robin would fucking love these.
Yeah.
Wait. Say that again.
Huh?
Wait, could you say what you just said again?
Yeah, so I have all of these cutesy brushes that I downloaded for CSP. Like, I have these, like, bows, and then I have these, like, bunnies, and then I have these strawberries, and they're supposed to be, like, washi tape, basically, so you're supposed to use them as, like, an accent on, like, a piece. And they're very fucking cute. I think Robin would love them.
Yeah, no, looking at them, they're fucking adorable. I feel like you could like also use them as like little, like lace designs at the end of a skirt.
Yeah, I
That
even
makes
have
sense.
like I have like lace brushes for like skirts and stuff too. I'm just trying to see like what I
want
have.
CSP.
Trying to see what I have.
I
Ooh,
want.
this is a Baroque pattern.
I found a drawing tablet online that isn't too expensive, and I can use it with and without a computer.
Mhm.
And I looked up the price for CSP, like CSP Pro, and I may or may not be staring intently at both of them.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say get the one that's like the less expensive version of CSP. You don't need EX.
No, that's why I plan on getting Pro, because that's the
Yeah.
less expensive one.
Yeah, because you don't need
I
EX.
saw that EX was like what, like $100 or $200, and I was like, man, I don't need all that.
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
made the
Big
mistake.
tree.
I made the mistake of thinking, oh, I probably need to get this one, because I didn't realize that the regular one also had the 3D models. But I bought it while it was on sale, so it was like $50. Be safe, Miss. I love you.
Be safe. Bye.
I'm gonna wait till CSP is on sale again, and then I'm just gonna snatch it up.
Yeah, of course. It's always a good time to snatch up anything is when it's on sale.
And then I'm gonna buy
Right.
that drawing tablet, and I'm gonna be way too fucking powerful.
Well, no, you're gonna be free. Well, no, you're also gonna be powerful, but you're also gonna be free, which is more important.
Be freed?
To be free, to have more freedom to do more drawing stuff. Because normally you've been limited to just using your phone and the little styluses. But drawing
Been limited
tablet.
to using my phone, styluses, a modeling app I found online, which doesn't even let me edit the
Oh.
bodies of the
Oh,
models
shit.
that I use. And I'm also using Medibang Paint, which like Medibang isn't a bad thing, but also I want CSP.
Oh, Emil, I
Also,
like
oh,
that.
Also you can't download brushes onto mobile Medibang, so I'm just stuck with the default ones, and I'm like, I don't want these. Also, yeah, Logan, that looks really good.
I'm considering it.
Try the trial first. See how it runs on your computer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I made sure that the tablet I got would also not have to be on a computer.
Oh yeah, so if you get like the tablet, okay, I will say that CSP is like monthly on mobile devices. That includes tablets. But I think it's worth it.
Like even drawing tablets.
Oh, you meant like a drawing tab? Okay, I thought you were
Yes.
talking about like a iPad.
Oh, I already have one Apple product, and you can see how that's ruining my life.
iPads are actually really good for drawing,
Good for-
weirdly enough.
They
Yeah.
are.
With Procreate, I've
get-
seen. Yeah, Procreate.
Yeah, I know that Bobby used to do some art with an Apple Pen and Procreate before they got CSP.
Fucking $100 ass pen.
The tablet I plan on getting eventually. I'm waiting for the website bit to load. Please load faster. Thanks. It's the Canvas with a K 13.
Mm-hmm.
It's $239.
Custom
And that's without the warranties.
Oh my god.
If I add a 1-year warranty, now it's $399.
I think the smaller price point Wacom tablets are not super bad, and they're probably more in your range. I would recommend those as good starter tablets. I think like the cheapest one is like $75.
People typically don't like Wacom.
So the thing with like me and like Wacom is like Wacom is the thing I grew up on, and like most of the most of the people that I grew up doing art with also grew up with Wacom products. They've gotten to the point where like I would not say that their higher price point items are worth it. I would not say get the higher, like the bigger Wacom stuff, because like you can get other tablets that work better for cheaper in those like kinds of ranges, like at those sizes and with those kinds of screens. But the smaller price point Wacoms, like the Bamboo, those are perfectly good tablets. Just the problem with them is they're going to be smaller and they don't have a screen. But if you're starting out doing digital art, that's fine. Like that's something you can get used to, and you can move up to something bigger later on when you have the more money for it.
Moss.
Hi, Moss.
How's the comic?
How you doing?
Moss, you're not audible.
Yeah, we can't hear you if you were speaking.
I think I fixed it.
There you go.
Yeah, we can
There
hear
you
you now.
are.
So we finally got around to having the rally at the Mutanable space,
Yeah.
and the boys were like, "Let's check shit out because we want to be up because something's gonna go wrong." They are correct as per usual. There are snipers ready to take out Sally.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
And I quote Hob on this one. Herman, what's going on? I did not order this attack. And Herman says, Man Ray gave the orders, sir. I was under the assumption it came from you.
Walking into the Mutanable space, like, hey, what the fuck is
What are
going
they-
on here?
What are they doing
What is
with
Hey,
going
can we-
on here?
Can we ignore that?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on
What are they
here?
doing with
For
Ray?
our universe, we are ignoring that. But for canon,
Because, like, my Ray, and me.
Yeah,
my Ray and me.
me.
But for canon, I'm calling it power or something went to Ray's head, because the original Ray, one, never would have hurt Sally. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
And two, we knew there's been hints that Ray has been doing shit behind Hobbs' back since the city arc started, or the mutant town started. I just didn't think it would be this bad. I didn't think he would actively try to take out his best friend.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
It's
not a miracle.
It's
Yeah.
not. I was.
Definitely
Oh,
Would it be out of the realm of possibilities if it was like, I don't know,
So that's
I
not even
can't
the.
think of-
That is the end of the thing. The beginning of it has the weasels getting kidnapped by other mutanimals and a human getting shot
Ooh,
by the mutanimals because they say, oh, and Lita's kidnapped too, because it says gotta double down on keeping humans out of here. And like
Ah.
I don't like
but
that. I've decided.
specifically-
I don't like that. I've decided.
it's specifically the mongoose, I think is what it is, and the baboon mutant. It is not the bull mutant, which is interesting because they just left the bull mutant behind. But like, oh, there's cow mutants and an ant mutant and some bears. They have like a whole
Nibble.
shot of a bunch of they have a whole shot of like a bunch of mutants because they're doing like the.
Oh, I need to go through my fucking downloads.
They have a frilled
folder.
lizard. I love this.
I've downloaded a
Ah.
bunch of things that I didn't
A bat.
then install.
yeah. I think something's
I'm
going
excited.
on. I am looking at, because we haven't seen Leatherhead in a while.
I miss him.
Yeah,
He's
it's like
evil as fuck, but I
Yeah,
miss
it's
him.
like he's currently being controlled.
Well, imagine
I'm
if
wondering
you
if that is the type of situation going on.
imagine if you were an alligator and then suddenly people was like, actually, now you're a people. I'd be evil too.
I'd start
That's why
biting
IDW
people.
Leatherhead is evil. Yeah, and that's what he.
That's what he started doing. Yeah. Not to distract from this, but you know who's also back and helping out?
Me.
Orokusaki.
Yes!
Grandpa?
Grandpa's back. Evil Grandpa's back. He's no longer evil.
Finally! How did you
No,
get a better?
No
how
longer
did you
evil,
get a
I just
better
want to be
character?
loved.
Dude, he's been
Evil
able to like
again.
teleport and turn invisible and shit. It's wild.
My sweet boy. Not why am I calling Orokusaki my? Jesus. How did you get like a better like arc than IDW Splinter?
IDW Splinter deserved the hell he got.
Like what?
IDW
He didn't even
Splinter
get hell.
I detested.
IDW Splinter might have tested. He started out fine!
Then he got worse. He's the one Splinter I won't pick up.
He kind of sucks ass.
It really does. I'm just like, oh hey, there's a bison mutant. I'm just a snake mutant. Hello, you're beautiful. How are you going to fight with no arms? But I believe in you.
Fangs, baby fangs.
You probably have arms, to be honest.
Hmm.
But I'm just like, I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm reading over this like 3 or 4 times to make sure I've got, and I'm figuring out what's going on. Hear me out. Here is my theory. I think because this kind of happened near the stuff where Baxter Stockman is also kind of a villain. Well, he's as of last issue, he's back to being a villain because he almost killed April. My theory is, do you guys remember? Well, those of you who are in the TMNT server would. My unfortunately super looked over plot with Leah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course I remember it. I was angry with you.
I think it's very similar. Like, this is just a theory. But one of my theories is that I think Ray could be working with Stockman for supplies or a boon or something for the mutants in Mutant Town.
Ray stole Leah's arc!
Ray stole Leah's arc!
Yeah!
Well, that's where it went after he like ended abruptly because of other people. It went to Ray via osmosis.
These white people stealing everything. Leah can't have shit in Detroit.
He's not a white people, he's a fucking manta ray.
Man
was-
Ray? Yeah, his name is
Oh.
Man Ray. Okay.
Yeah.
He had the name before the SpongeBob villain did.
Okay. Yeah, he technically had it back in like the 80s when the Mutanimals were first made. Okay. And then then all of the Mutanimals were killed in one issue, and I was like, hello?
And then they got a fucking comic cover of like the turtles visiting the Mutanimals' graves, but it looks like the most uninteresting and unemotional thing you've ever seen in your life.
It does. It truly does. 80s comic had
that fucking Batman comic with the TMNT where he's like, my parents were shot in this alley rap. Cowabummer.
Right here, Raphael. Cowabummer.
Cowabummer. No,
And
do I
that's
still
why-
have the... Oh no.
That's why the movie of Batman vs. TMNT is better than the comic.
Oh no, do I still have the issue of the Leatherhead one that I really like saved, or is it on a different computer?
Is it the one where he and Hob are like doing shit?
No, that's a different one. It's the one where he's it's the one from like the 80s where he was captured and sent to that island and they had to save him. It's my favorite. It's my fucking favorite one. It's the one where I got the idea for Giant's Fall.
Oh, that one. That one was fucking drawn beautifully.
Yes, and the Leatherhead art just mwah.
Should have gotten to do Giant's Fall.
One
We
day.
should do Giants Fall still.
We should do Giants Fall.
Like, I can, like, I'm shoving Bishop away because he's had enough time in the spotlight.
Silence, old man. Leah pointing a gun at him. Silence, white man.
Silence, white man.
I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna put him in my evil man basket because apparently picking up villains has become a thing for me. Which I'm not complaining because apparently I'm good at that.
Oh yeah, Casey's a drunk now. Okay.
Stop! Whatever they're doing with IDW Casey, stop!
Sophie, I trusted you, Sophie.
Sophie's leaving. These are like her last couple things, so she has to lead into the next writer's stuff.
Sophie.
These are like her last like 3 or 4. Yeah, no, Raph shows up because he's like, hey Casey, you want to help us out with the Hob thing? And then he shows up and there's beer cans everywhere. The house is a mess. He's got some provocative lady pictures up. And Casey goes, so what's up? Haven't seen you in a bit. You need somebody beat up? How's your girl? Keeping her in line? And Raph was like, dude, don't talk about her like that.
I don't like that.
I hate that, actually. Whatever.
I hate that, actually.
Casey, stop.
That like
goes
just
on a little
goes
bit.
against like all of his fucking character. Like up until this point was like, I don't want to be like my dad, and I'm like, no.
Like, I get it, becoming the very thing you swore to never be is a really good plotline.
But it just feels unsatisfying with this character, you know?
Yeah, it feels
It's
disingenuous.
Casey. Yeah.
It feels like it's being forced.
Like, I don't like that.
We're supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them.
Yeah, fucking, I think I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah,
Like
That's
the kind of...
lovely.
that's so pretty.
So good,
Hold on.
Logan.
Let me full screen the stream so I can look at the
Whoa.
detail. Oh, wah, wah, wah.
Whoa.
Looks lovely, Logan. I love the little blue details. I love textures like that.
Just like that little bit of detail there is exactly what it needed.
Yeah, it just
Yes.
needed like a little bit more going on with it, because it felt very empty.
Uh-huh. It's like there was a lot of empty space. I was like, it needs something to do with that, but I don't know what.
I always hate that too, when you're like, if I put too much on this, it's gonna be too much, but it needs something.
It
But
needs
if I put too little, it's boring.
It needs something.
but you did it.
You fucking did it.
I went to look at Clip Studio Paint again and typed in CSP and it gave me the content security policy, so I guess, okay, that's fair. That's on me.
Wait a second.
It's on me.
It's Clip Studio
been-
Paint. Clip Studio Paint.
It's these two specifically, guys. These two are the ones that turned the whole thing and shot the woman and kidnapped the weasels and Lita.
That's the Octo one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't rooting for you, but fuck. I mean,
But
choices
Stone.
you're making. The choices you're making, I guess.
Oh no, Squidward. His name is Toad.
Squidward.
Squidward.
Oh, I was asking Moss.
I'm gonna leave this call.
Oh, please don't leave me with them.
No, they keep pushing me. I'm gonna leave. Sorry, kid.
And SMH.
Don't
Damn.
leave me with them.
That's up to
Yeah.
them. This choice will be theirs.
I think I'm starting to feel the effect.
Oh no, the effect.
Oh, yep,
Legolas.
yep. Called it.
Hey, Legolas.
Yeah.
Side note: Sally and
that's what
Hob
he said.
Hot.
Yeah.
I think it's beginning to
More
affect me.
gay.
Oh yeah, the fucking... Which
Drinking
I thought
contest.
was really funny because it's canon that fucking elves really are like super affected by alcohol. So you know he was like last legs like during that moment. He was like, I gotta just hold it together for like 2 more seconds.
But also
Okay,
he's a
and now it's
country
got the
bumpkin.
texture added to the gold.
Nice.
Yes. Ooh, yes, that glimmery effect. Here
That's
for it.
very fucking good, Logan. Holy shit.
Penumbra is so fucking pretty.
Penumbra is so fucking.
I love them.
Yeah, Moss. Sound like
is
you had a
this-
question.
Is this Sophie's art? It has to be, right? No, it's Neil's. Oh, it's the dude who won't draw Donnie's shell as metal. That I was like sitting here looking at it, like, where are the nuts and bolts in his shell?
How could you ever forget that artist because someone else kept complaining about it?
That's why. That's what. The only reason I noticed it, because I was like, "There's no nuts and bolts in this shell."
Where's the nuts?
Shell is not metal.
Say it like that.
High
I'm
fives.
going to kill you.
Shut the fuck.
High fives.
High five.
Every day, my life is pain and tragedy.
Hey, you.
And every time we kiss, I swear I could fly.
Don't you feel my heartbeat fast?
I know this. So
It's
well.
last.
Family's a fucking nightmare.
Well, we all just knew instinctively.
Wait,
You know,
no, wait.
Can I? Well, I couldn't because I don't have that kind of whatever to get that kind of qualification. But I want to officiate y'all's wedding, so I could be like, you may now kiss, fall in love.
I thought that was gonna be so fucking cute and sweet. It's actually weirdly easy to get like a license to do that.
You could get it online, I'm pretty sure too.
Come here, Ed boy.
Y'all don't want this to happen.
And Gailey and boyfriend. There we go. Tagging my loves.
Oh.
Yeah.
The best Lord
Oh
of the
my
Rings
God.
thing I've seen is the headcanon that Gimli is like Prince tier of beauty for dwarves and is absolutely stunning. And I like that this is like, for an elf, absolute butt ugly, like relatively, and everyone's always like, Gimli, how could you marry such a shit tier ugly ass elf? And Gimli's like, nah, I love him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like,
Yeah.
by human standards, Legolas is like the prettiest person on planet Earth.
Honestly, yeah, that tracks.
There's a whole post that discussed like who is pretty by whose standards by other races.
Oh yeah, like Frodo is the prettiest by elf standards.
Yeah. Sam is the prettiest by Hobbit standards. Right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Gimli's just hot as fuck.
Aragorn is a bum.
Aragorn's
You know, it's been
probably
on HBO
pretty.
Max.
Aragorn's probably pretty by dwarf standards.
Yeah. Well, no, because fucking Keely was like... Well, no, Keely wasn't ugly. He was just considered vaguely feminine because of his lack of beard. Is that what it was?
Yeah, but even the women had beards.
Yeah, that's why... Oh my god.
I love how HBO is like,
love
hey, you should binge these shows in a day. And it's like, yeah, binge this in a day, The Promised Neverland. And I'm like, I feel like The Promised Neverland is the worst show to binge, period.
What is The Promised Neverland?
Here, it's an emotional mess.
Oh, good.
Season 1 is very good. Season 2, not so much. It's basically it's an anime based off a manga. Where these
Esmo
kids-
Star.
Yeah, Esmo Star.
Hi,
Like- like, and it is basically about a bunch of children who are trying to escape this facility. It's like kind of set up to be like an orphanage, but it's not. They're being raised like cattle for monsters to eat them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Oh, good.
The synopsis for it is when three gifted kids at an isolated idyllic, I'm not gonna even try, orphanage
Idyllic?
discover the secret. Idyllic, probably. Orphanage To discover the secret and sinister purpose they were raised for, they look for a way to escape from their evil caretaker and lead the other children on a risky escape plan. At Gracefield House, life couldn't be better for the orphans. I feel like that last bit's a lie.
Oh my god. That sounds fucked up.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
it's like season
it-
one, surprisingly good. It's like very good horror thing, but if you're like, I do like go, please tread with caution.
Please
That's why-
read
that's
the Does
why
the Dog
it-
Die?
Yes.
That's why HBO being like, hey, you should binge this in a day. I'm like, I am not fucking going to.
Hey, you should fuck off and die. Actually.
The other ones that are being recommended to binge in a day are like Madoka Magica and Keep Your Hands Off Izukin, and I'm like, only one of those is good for binging.
Yeah.
Keep your hands up.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. It's my fucking favorite.
It's so good.
I
Like-
binged Madoka in a day. It's actually really short, so you can just watch it all.
Yeah, you can just watch it in a day. I've done that too. With like The Promised Neverland, like season 1. It's very good. Atmospheric psychological horror.
Yeah.
Season 2. I don't know what the fuck happened. I genuinely don't know what happened. It was just
Go ahead.
they cut out an entire arc that was very important.
Oh
And
no.
I was like, ah!
We love it when it does that.
I was like, why did you dedicate like a grand total of one episode to this really long and important arc?
Oh, please get off my back. You were scratching me.
It was just very rushed.
I want
Very,
to.
very rushed.
It's gonna be a big project, but I kind of want to complete like a big reference sheet that will go over like not just like Penumbra's current form, but also like their original form and then all 3 masks. So I just have like this one big reference sheet so I could draw them at like any point.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
Sounds
idea.
good though.
Yeah, it'll take a long ass fucking time, but I want to do it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
They're-
It'll be fun.
They've just become like so insanely important to me as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll do
Yeah,
that.
of course.
Yeah,
Fucking
me
do
like
that.
spending a lot of time with the character, writing them, and like role playing as them, and like with the interactive story like D&D, you do get a little attached.
Yeah.
Get attached. I know this because it happened with Abby, and it didn't mean.
Yeah,
to.
it's like you get attached, and a character, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna play this for a fun game. It's like this character is really important to me now.
I was talking to our last session. So Goblin Century started as a campaign where we could come and go. It was like, we'll play this one if nobody else is doing anything, because it's one of those that you could show up, we'd have a one shot and then leave, and then it turned into our main campaign. The problem with it turning into our main campaign is that my character Thibble, his name is a pun off of the bull because he's a fucking minotaur. So the most important character to me right now has a fucking pun for a name.
It's funny too, because like, I mean, like that with Thibble, but like even then with Penumbra, I knew I would not be able to like do a lot with them, but I still came in with this fucking giant backstory. I was like, this is never gonna see the light of day, but here it is, Paul. Take
No,
it.
But it did.
And
Yeah,
it-
then look at it.
Paul is so cool about that because, like, I did like not to piggyback, but since we've been here the longest with Goblin Century, and so it's like really fun to see that because like I did the same thing because I was like, I brought up his gladiatorial stuff, which is not going to see the light of day, but like his sorcerer level, I was like, oh, the stress of this is what brings out his sorcerer stuff because I wanted to multi-class,
Yeah.
and Paul was like, the next arc, flicks out his notes. It's gonna have to deal with Sybil coming to terms with his sorcerer stuff and other such things. And I was like, whoa, hold on. I was not prepared for the repercussions of this action.
Paul, what?
Son,
That is hilarious.
And they were like, well, that's too damn bad.
yeah, like
Roll for initiative.
it's It's actually, and I was thinking about this today driving home. Like after the shit, this is a little bit off topic, and a little bit not as lighthearted. But after the shit that we went through with one of our DMs, where like a certain character was like the main character, I have gotten like I've gotten so used to just being like, my character's just going to be a supporting character, which is fine because I'm a tank, and Thibble was never meant to be a main character. He was always meant to be like one of those that's just there in the party. And so this idea that stuff is happening, and my character actually has like a plot or like an arc, and not only that, he's making relationships with like Penumbra and Olgath and Lance and Aurora, like he's making these connections and stuff, is like so mind-blowing to me.
You actually get more of your backstory stuff than I do because all of my backstory stuff is off continent.
Yeah, like I'm actually on the continent where I was held in where Thibble was held in a gladiatorial ring for 40 years.
Yeah.
35?
Yeah, we can round it.
He's 42, yeah. About roughly
he's
40 years.
42.
He's 42 and he was about 7 or 8 when he was taken. So yeah, he spent like his whole life in a gladiatorial ring, which is because I wanted like a reason for him to be Paladin of Vengeance, because I wanted to try that, and I was like, gladiatorial ring works, and then it turned into one of his big traumas, and I'm like, God.
Here we go. Of course it was gonna.
Damn it.
How was it not going to be?
I didn't expect to explore it. Remember the part when we said this was supposed to be a series of like one shots that we just kind of did on and off?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
And that's why Paul even like gave us the mansion to begin with, because he was like, well, you'll have like this home base to come back to. And we were like, yeah, cool. And then we haven't been there.
We stopped there briefly, found out the assassins had talked to our friends, and then left again, like the next day. Like we stayed a single night.
It's like, okay, bye.
If I come back and that house is burned down, I'll be very upset. That was my money, dude. That was our money.
That was my money, dude.
I come home. Me? Yes, I'm probably gonna be upset about the mansion. But Thibble, if we come home in a single head, a single hair on Beatrice or Eric's head, there we go, is touched, there will be hell.
Welcome, One True Classy. God, you need to sleep, my man.
Hi.
I have this done so far. I've done a headshot because I was designing my D&D character's new mask. For context, this was the previous mask. Whenever they go through character stuff, they get a new mask.
It's significant.
It's significant. This was their original one. Jesus! Watch this. Okay, watch this. Watch this, okay? Look, this. Okay. This one. Okay, this one. Okay. And then to this one. And then to this one.
I'm waiting for it to load on the stream. Oh!
Oh my gosh! Look
Let's
at
talk
that.
about improvement real fast.
Let's talk about
improvement. Can we talk about this? Holy
I want to
shit.
talk about how
From going from
fantastic.
Logan, going from your second mask to this one, how much time between the second mask and this one?
So the second mask I created, let's see. I created that. That was on stream.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Emil, why they looked that up?
The progression of how at first the colors were just split in half, and then as they develop more as their character, the
white
darker half turned into a swan.
Yes.
And then with the other one, it like the swan is just starting to escape out of the mask, and so the darker side is just like slowly moving across.
Yeah.
The mask.
It's
the tiger has broken out of his cage. Yes.
Yes. The tiger is free.
The tiger is free. Run.
And then gestures to Penumbra's 6 wings.
I
fucking so Penumbra's second mask, I made that originally. Let's see, let's go to the fucking properties. Created March 23rd,
So
That's
I
like
can't do math. Somebody do that for
about
me.
almost 4 months, I think.
Yeah.
Improvement, bitch.
And the ref, the original ref was made in November, late November of 2020.
So
So
8
much-
months.
Yeah.
in
That much
game time.
improvement in such a short amount of time. That is impressive.
You're a lovely little flower, and I love watching you grow.
Thank you. I love watching you grow
Okay.
too, Soul.
Double gay.
Shut the fuck up. This isn't about me.
No, but it could be.
It won't.
But I could make it about
Mul-
you. I feel very
Multiple
sorry
stories
for
can exist at
Thibble.
once.
I feel very sorry for Thibble, who has to be subjected to Penumbra's bony ass, sitting in his lap. Like,
He's got so much fat, like it doesn't even matter.
That
Let me
fat
remind
got
you-
nerves in it, though.
Thibble is a fucking bull. He's got fat and muscle. He ain't even worried about it.
I find it really fucking funny too. By the way, the fucking So, you know, normally when you have like a duo in a thing, you have short fat and tall skinny. Like that's your normal thing. But with Thibble and Umbro, you've got shorter skinny and then tall fat.
Yeah.
Well, let's be fair to them. It's tall, skinny, and then tall, fat because Penumbra's
yeah.
tall.
Yeah, but in terms
taller,
of like
taller
that's
fat.
why I said taller.
Yeah.
When I made Penumbra, because when I made Penumbra for the campaign, they were actually the tallest one in the party, because you had Jocasa originally, and then when you added Thibble, you were like you changed over to Thibble, and Thibble was much bigger, and now Penumbra is the shortest person in the party, I think.
Second shortest.
The second
Lance is the
shortest.
shortest.
Yeah, because Penumbra
Okay.
is 6'2", I think. They're
somewhere around
either
there.
6'2" or 6 feet even.
Yeah.
And they were like the fucking tallest person in the party to begin with.
It's not their fault. Everyone is
It's
just
not their fault. It's not their fault.
It's not their fault that
Carl.
everybody else is just so fucking tall.
Oh, in the group chat, now you fucked up.
It's not their fault. Fucking Thibble trying to defend them because they most obviously farted during everyone's sleeping. But Thibble's like, no, it was me.
I hate this.
Penumbra was from elf stock. Elves don't fart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
They're basically mushrooms.
Basically mushrooms.
I could have gone my entire life without knowing of this information.
I don't know if that's legit. I'm making a joke.
Oh,
That's Penumbra defending themselves. Elves don't fart. They most definitely did.
Asmar chosen by a god themselves also like definitely don't fart.
We don't even have. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what a butthole is. I don't even know how to spell the word butt.
Blanche way, in the most Blanche way possible. First of
that
all,
video you sent.
hold on. I'll type it down in the chat. This is how you spell butt. There we go.
Bibble.
That's how you spell butt.
Be nice to me. I have a big ass.
Nod sagely.
You can carry a whole continent on that bitch.
I was gonna
Get
say
over here.
something bad. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Dude.
And
dude,
I love
can
to
just-
watch it walk away.
Thank you. It makes because of the armor.
Oh my god.
Y'all
Whoa.
weren't here for this. Y'all were not here for this. But
Yeah?
the thing about heavy armor, as some of you know, is that heavy armor gets disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Paul was like, "You guys are free to metagame when we do stuff," and this was back when we were making our characters. And you know, take whatever advantages you need because Paul likes having a strong party. And me, of course, I took that literally. So I was like, okay, I know that Thibble's gonna be wearing heavy armor, so I'm gonna give him proficiency in stealth.
Which I still
And so there-
cannot believe you did.
So there came a stealth check, and Paul was like, "All right, don't forget you have disadvantage." And I rolled twice, and I was like, 15 or like 18. It was a high number, and he was like, "That's your lowest roll?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have proficiency in stealth, and my dexterity is like pretty high, so it's like a plus." And he goes, "You have proficiency in stealth?" I was like, "Yeah, you told us to do what we had to do to play smart."
I'm too darn big to be sneaking around like this.
He was so mad.
Penumbra. I'm trying,
to sneak around.
The sound of my ass cheeks is alerting the guard.
He's alerting the peanut.
I hate this.
Oh my fucking god.
I hate this, and I hate all of you.
No, you don't. Thibble is the best. Y'all, okay, so those of you who listened to the attack, the dragon fight, so for those of you who don't know, adamantine is the strongest metal, like in D&D world, like canonically. It's so thick and heavy, you have to have a 15 strength just to wear it. Like that's how thick it is. But the bonus part to it is that you cannot take a critical hit. Any critical hits against you are regular hits. And so I was like, bro, I gotta have, because we're going against a boss fight, I gotta have that for my heavy armor, just on the off chance they get a crit.
And
Lo
then,
and behold, I got the crit, and he goes, okay, the first attack against you, Thibble, is a hit, and the second, oh, that's a crit. Now no, it isn't. And he goes, oh, you're right. Like Paul they sounded so excited.
Yeah, they're like, you're right.
well, because like Paul as a DM very much like does not see it as them versus us.
Exactly. They very much want to tell a story.
Yeah, they want us to succeed.
They are one of the best the best DM I've ever.
They are.
It's like a good way to view it too, because like when you're a DM and you're telling a story, you guys, the players are the protagonists, and you wouldn't want your protagonist to die like halfway through.
Yeah.
You want
like,
them to succeed.
That's the thing about D&D is like you're not telling your story, you're telling their story.
And you want them to be able to reach the end to their story.
Yeah, like obviously war campaigns are a thing, murder house campaigns are a thing.
There's definitely campaigns that like kind of encourage like the death and then switching out of characters like 100%.
Yeah, like there's campaigns, and those have a time and a place. But your typical story-driven campaign, your objective as a DM should never be to kill your players or to say it's me versus y'all, because that's not the point of this game.
Yeah, if they're gonna die, you have to make sure it works into the story. If something happens where they permadie, like you gotta be, as a DM, you gotta be ready to like work that into the fabric of the campaign. You can't just be waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons that like Paul is very good at balancing too. Like they've told us since I think Letters to War, like halfway through Letters to War, they stopped pulling punches. Like they just straight up stopped what is the word? Fudging rolls. There we go. And so part of the thing as a DM too is knowing your party and knowing what they're gonna do and knowing how good they are.
Sorry
because
for the just real quick. Sorry for the pause of action on the screen. I am looking for a reference. Go ahead.
hold on, I gotta re-get my thoughts 1 second, my love. Oh yeah, because Paul, so our last fight, bear in mind, we are level 13. We are a adventuring party of 3 with 2 DMPCs, so an adventuring party of 5 at level 13. Paul gave us a monster that was a souped up version of the ancient red dragon. And they specifically said it was a CR, basically a CR power level of 25. Which is way beyond what a party of 13 should be able to handle. But also, we had more than 3 people, and also, Paul knows us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, Paul knew what we could handle, Paul knew we would know how to improvise, and Paul also made sure we were ready for that fight by allowing us before the session to craft our own magical items. Obviously, they came up with the stuff on it, but we decided which of our magical items to sacrifice. So we were giving stuff up for those magical items. And he made the effects based on. They made the effects.
Worth it.
And I agree. I think it's really worth it. Thibault now has a set of armor that 1 D3 plus 1 days allows him to basically become a minotaur shaped golem. And become 24 feet tall and just do a whole bunch of other cool shit. It's really
so good.
So
Penumbra got their
good.
nifty new mask and a new arb. And Aurora got a brand spanking new electrified the bow. I couldn't think of the word. I was sitting here grasping for it.
Yeah, my longbow, which does insane damage.
Insane damage.
I want
89. Never forget 89.
Dude, that last blow, me and Olgath doing 150 damage together.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That was hot.
That was absolutely crazy.
We are so sexy, super mad sexy.
It's
the divine intervention, which
that is what saved our fucking asses.
You can't plan for because you have a 1 in because Penumbra was level 13, we had a 1 in 13 chance of getting it.
Are we 13 or are we 14?
We're 13,
You're
my love.
13 still. You don't use the experience. So.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember if we were 13 or 14 because I thought we had made level 14 at some point.
No, we made level
not
13.
Yet. Yeah.
Okay.
They were just mentioning today that if they were using the experience system, we would be almost to
Just from that one fight, we would have 3/4 of the damage level needed to make it.
They said by the time we get finished with the 3rd arc, we'll probably be level 17, and they would just level us to 20 for the last session.
Yeah,
no, as a reward for beating the Phoenix, not for the last session.
Yeah.
So we would basically be demigods.
Which Penumbra basically is now.
Penumbra basically is, a demigod at this point. You are fucking insane.
it is so good.
I am not worthy of your love, my darling.
You're worthy of what I say you're worthy of.
You got it, Angel.
Oh, that's cute. Adorable.
Thumbra are so good.
Thumbra is adorable.
Thumbra makes me so happy.
Thumbra very cute.
It's 8:30. It's 8:30, so this is normally when I would stop the stream, but I want to keep drawing.
I mean, you can still draw. If you want to just draw and stream at the same time. Is that what you wanted?
What's up,
Logan abandons me.
Nah, I think I'll end the stream off here, and I'll just probably sketch after maybe Moss goes to bed. Or I'll
Logan
just
does not abandon me.
All right, so Just because this is what we've gotten done. This is what we fucking got done. We got like a whole new mask design. I'm really, really proud of it.
I love it. I think it's beautiful.
I'm insanely proud of it. Like it dropped the swan motif, which is unfortunate, but I think I can kind of bring that back in the clothing. But anyways, thank you all so much for coming out. Tomorrow we are playing Ace Attorney. It's the second part of the bonus case in the first game. Really hyped for that. Thursday, it's gonna be Guild Wars 2. Very excited for that. Next Monday, it's gonna be the first actual session of the Comfy Collabs D&D Group A, which I'm a part of, and I'm very stoked. I'm gonna be playing Errol Mountain Pine. He's a shifter barbarian. I've never played a barbarian before. These are like brand new people to me, so it's gonna be like a lot of like getting used to this group and getting used to playing a barbarian. It should be a lot of fun. So be sure to follow my Twitter for updates. That's at Alien Boyfriend. Just Alien Boyfriend.
We got your brand.
Yeah, I finally got my brand. I don't have to have a 3 in there. It's not Alien 3 Boyfriend anymore. If you want to watch old VODs, check out my YouTube channel. I put all of my VOD archived on there. I try to update them as they go out, or at least weekly, and then sort them into the different playlists there. That's where all of my VODs are. So if you want to rewatch a stream that you really enjoyed, or watch a stream that you never got to catch, if you want to rewatch through all of the Ace Attorney playthrough, that's where those are. But yeah, I love you all so much. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.